Hi. Hi. I figured out what the issue was. I feel stupid. So when I stream, I mute both Chrome and OBS so that they can't make any noises so that the stream doesn't get screwed up. Right. I accidentally muted OBS instead of Chrome. Hi. Let's see who else here. Guy, Anime Guy, Keat Bugs, Cherry. Got some yums, yummy. Blaze, hello. Joey, hi. Overlord, Bloodstar, Angel Dust, Hasbin, Hoodell, King Saris, yeah. You keep changing it. Music is playing for you, yeah. So, yeah. You need to catch up for real? Oof. So I got this, kimchi crab salad at, the store. I was expecting it to be too spicy. Like, I was expecting not to be able to eat it because I have, like, the lowest spice tolerance in the world, right? And, oh, and yes, Abyss Lurker on the other side. Hi. And Blaze over there. Hi. I don't know whether this is spicy or not, and I'm really weirded out. Hello, Alex. How is everybody tonight? I've been wondering if that Paddington movie was any good. Hungry, that's how you're feeling? I feel that. Except I don't anymore because I just ate this crab salad. Which was really, really good. I'm still not sure if it was spicy or not. Anywho, I got a new monitor today. Replaced my smallest monitor on my setup. Got my my monitor arms out. It's been a long, like, I did a lot today. So I thought I screwed something up. You ate a whole thing of pasta, and that's a snack for you. Ipa. Anywho, who's ready for some Danganronpa? So there's been I was chatting with some people because, like, we're at 6 students remain. I don't know how many more chapters there's gonna be, but this is chapter 3, and that is the typical double kill chapter, like Danganronpa formula. It'd be neat if there were 2 killers, or 2 people who thought they were the killer, instead of getting a double kill, because we just have so few characters left. Also, I still thought I'm still expecting to get a new character. Like, I don't know why we haven't yet. You're not supposed to sound like Victor in season 2. I feel like a sense of just a feeling of discomfort, but it's cold. No, is not its name. Yeah, no, I get you, Harry. Sorry, stumbled over that there. I'm blind. Time to move on from an optimistic bear to a pessimistic one, even though Monokuma hasn't appeared in this entry yet. It's because it's, you know, a Fangan. So far, 4 people are dead. Yeah. 4 people are dead. You can totally see the game ending at chapter 4 now. Yeah, could be. I butchered. Listen, just woke up. I'm drinking coffee that I got earlier today. Duncan's cookie butter cold brew is out, and it is my favorite. The killer reveal of chapter 2 in particular gave you emotional damage. I mean, I did see Ashley being a killer over a killed, so yeah. You sent me a random GIF? Okay, Cherry. Okay. Would I recommend this? So far, yes. It still has space to fall off. Yeah, Monokuma does not allow his likeness in fan games. That's true. You're gonna yell if Solo is killed, by the way. I really think he's going to. I really think... I can't shake the feeling that Solo is destined to die. He's basically this season's Chiaki. I don't know if I'd call him that. No. Is it free? It is. Most of the music is direct rips from Danganronpa, so if you were confused, curious, etc. about that. Yeah, let's go. I slowly drew my eyes open. My chest felt tight. I inhaled deeply and exhaled heavily, as if to expel my body of all the wound-up fear that stirred inside. It didn't help much. My body felt leaden, my heart hollow. Rising from the bed, I shook the remnants of a trying sleep away. Looking at my surroundings, I noticed I had thrown the covers and pillows on the floor. It was strange. I had fallen asleep, but I saw no dreams or nightmares. My subconscious felt suspended in a null zone. You have a test Thursday and you didn't study anything? You have a test on Thursday? Huh? 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 What? What? Confusion. But that's Thanksgiving. How do you... What? 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 You have school? What? I'm so... Oh, you must not be in... Oh, okay. Okay. That just threw me for a loop. It threw me for a loop, and then I realized... Listen, like I said, I kind of just woke up. Just woke up. Okay, here we go. Oh! What was that? I saw it happen. The clock read 4:15. I rubbed the exhaustion from my eyes. Feeling numb and listless, I dragged my heavy body out of bed and shuffled toward the door. But I didn't know where to go. I'm hoping to fix my sleep schedule this weekend. Cryo's got a couple extra days off because of the holiday. So that's really nice. He gets vacation days. Or holiday days, so they're paid. Thank God. But he's home. Tonight's his last night of work this week, actually. So hopefully I'll be able to fix my sleep a little bit. Probably not fully, but just don't like turkey, you guys? I mean, we're not even having turkey. Anywho, I didn't know where to go. That's not true. I mumbled to myself. There was one place I could think of. I stepped out of my personal room and saw Lyle down the opposite hall. He just scowled and stomped off. I went on my way. Hi, Cherry on Twitch. I walked through the living quarters hall, through the foyer, and up the stairs to the second floor. I saw Say standing in front of the spa lounge door, weeping gently. Say, are you okay? Oh. Caught off guard, Say wiped her eyes. As I approached Say from the staircase, something gleamed in her hands. It looked like a closed pocket watch. She stared at a burning hole in the door, rolling the small object between her fingers. After a moment, she managed to croak out a stiff response. What's Thanksgiving even about? Family. Giving thanks. Capitalism the next day. Is it going back in time to get turkeys off the... No. Meet family awkwardly and just die inside interacting with the old folks? Listen, we take it as a holiday. It's just a day we don't have to do shit. This is how it's supposed to happen, isn't it? What do you mean? We can't do anything. No matter how hard we try, it'll still end like this. I had nowhere to go before I came here, but now what do I do? She was visibly shaking. It was horrible seeing her like this. Throws down game save in case this is like important game changing moment, because it would be really funny if it is. I'm gonna console her. Survive falling down a staircase, a step-by-step guide. Listen, that's not funny. I fell down the staircase just a couple days ago. I have this huge ass bruise on my forearm from falling down the stairs. Like, it was like 4 stairs. But it was still like my one foot was up, my knee went out, my one foot's like up 3 stairs, I'm down 4. It was awful. Big old bruise from hanging onto the railing, trying not to knock my kid over because he's holding my hand. You weren't. It's funny. I'm being funny about it. Anywho, I couldn't say for certain I knew what exactly she was going through, but I just knew one thing. I understand how you feel. Scared and alone. But if it's any consolation, at least we have each other. I let the words slip out, but in truth, I wasn't confident of that sentiment in my own heart yet. You said you falling down the stairs as a child. I mean, that would be really funny, but no, that's a little too personal, Jerry. I very vividly recall, one time I was little, and I was like 3 or something like that, and I fell backwards down the stairs, and my mom is like freaked out because I almost hit my head on the concrete floor. Like, she caught me at the bottom. I get rushed off to the hospital. It was like the whole flight of stairs. Like, I tumbled head over heels. On your cat's litter box. Yikes. Yikes. And like she took me for x-rays and blah blah blah, and I was fine. I was perfectly fine. And I swear that I wasn't actually perfectly fine, but that it damaged my whole body, and like that's part of the reason why I am the way I am now. Oh my god. Cherry, that sounds terrifying. That explains a lot. Sure, I was perfectly fine. Perfectly. She rolled the delicate disc in her hands a few times again. I wondered what the item meant to her, if anything. Say didn't respond. Instead, she just wiped her tears and nodded. I spent some time with Say in solitude. Passing through the atrium, I spotted Forte gazing at the delicate globe centerpiece. He seemed to be humming to himself, but stopped when I approached. Ooh, that sounds yummy. Evening, Gecko! Hello. Did I interrupt you? No, it's a melancholic tune. I would really rather not bother you further with it. Oh. It's a bitter, unfortunate situation we found ourselves in, isn't it? Despite the heavy words, his face read differently. His shoulders remained relaxed as he looked up past the globe at the dark, cool sky. He seemed calm somehow. Tell me, Echo, how are you? Are you alright? Am I alright? No. I'm hurt. The killing game and the trials that follow. No, this whole game. It's horrible, and I hate it. We're losing people. Friends we've just met. And friends we've known. You've heard I'm what? Why would you think I'm hiring? It feels like there's no end in sight. You have fallen down the stairs of my family original. What? Oh. Sorry about that. I had an itch. It's perfectly normal to feel devastation as we find ourselves cautiously navigating life or death situations. The game has instigated those with a spirit inflicted with distress and grief to ends unmentionable and trials heartbreaking. Yes, my soul is stirring, but in my experience on the stage, these sorts of feelings never last for long. We move people to tears with our performances about tragedy, the loved and lost. Yet the audience knows the performance will end, and thus they'll move on with their lives. I can't help but wonder when. How much longer until the curtains close on this story? Are you living the dream? Oh my god. Hi, Pepe. Bye, Pepe? Question mark? Forgive me for bending your ear with my thoughts. I'll let you be on your way. No, that's okay. It's comforting to know I'm not alone in feeling afraid. Indeed, we are never truly alone. I stood in a moment of silence as Forte sang his words with clarity. Oh, he's dying this chapter. There's no way he's dying this chapter. Sorry, guys. There's no way. There's no way. There is no way he lives after something like that. I made my way through the atrium and up the stairs, arriving on the 3rd floor. I spotted Missy at the marble table in the center of the 3rd floor. She was contemplating something. Missy. Oh, Echo. Excuse me, I hadn't noticed you. Missy looked unsettled. She might have been put off from what I did earlier. I closed the distance between us. What's that? Good thing you're not attached to any of these characters. This is... She moved to reveal a small decorated box. My revolver and a dagger. The two weapons shone dully in the dim light of the hallway. I discovered the dagger when Cyrus allowed me to explore the room of my associate. Needless to say, I didn't wish to take it with me, but... Here it is again, as if it were following me. And the gun? Cleaned and posed for reuse. It looks like it was the only thing to emerge from the wreckage of the smoke lounge. I see. The dangerous tools needed to continue the game were returned to the players. Oh, man. 2 killers. It might actually be 2 killers. That'd be interesting. I stared at the weapons in her hands. I wanted more than anything to tear them out of her hands and I didn't even know what I would do if I had them. I suppose it's inescapable. Missy snapped me out of my thoughts. Look who's back, boys. Jacob. Hi. How are you? Where there is love, grief will be following close behind. Missy seemed to harbor a great concern for whoever the dagger belonged to. Can I ask, who was this person? Missy hesitated. A former love. I don't think I need to tell you how important, no, precious she was. So much so that I fully endangered everyone. The traces and signs of our friends, they've been placed to provoke us. Thanks for lurking. The dagger is analogous to seeing Silva's helmet. They are items of close regard, and to see them away from their respective owner is distressing. I withheld this information because if everyone realized the truth of these items right away, we would all become distraught and lose our bearings in the midst of saving ourselves. But I just don't know anymore. I thought I knew what I was doing, but nothing makes sense. The more time we spend here, the less I know. Morbid curiosity, the desire to delve further and further into a dark well for a pinch of hope. It has driven me to no satisfying end. And now I'm making you suffer my consequences. Missy. Another heavy sigh escaped her lips. I've never felt so aimless. Echo. I don't expect forgiveness from you for what I did. Simply put, I introduced a weapon to the fray, which eventually caused Ashley's downfall. I think it's important that we forgive her. I understood why she did what she did. Leaving the weapon out was a show of belief that we would do no harm. I understood in theory, but... Missy, You don't need to indulge me. Missy looked at me with earnest eyes. It's easy to want to connect those two damning things together to find a reason within the tragedy. But it's merely not healthy. Hello, Highlander, and Kumo. Hi. The truth of a bigger picture is this. Ashley meant to protect the one she cared about. And she truly wanted to remove a threat from our group, having faith that we remaining students won't do harm to each other after the fact. How are you two? Despite that, regardless the risk she took, we're still here participating in this seemingly endless game. How am I? Sleepy. I'm tired. Our predicament doesn't appear so black and white, does it? Ugh. I'm sorry. I can't seem to form my thoughts. Missy's composure was fractured. She was shouldering the insurmountable weight of guilt. I didn't know what to say. I assume you've come up here for the same reason as I. I'm sorry for taking so much of your time. I'll leave you be. And thank you for trusting me during the trial. I regret having put you through all that. I nodded almost invisibly as Missy made her exit down the stairs. I realized Missy was right. The situation was too complicated to make strict judgment on what was right, what was just or unjust. At the end of the day, everyone was in pain. Why should I perpetuate it by being so callous to them? I sighed. Arriving where my subconscious had urged me, I stood still. I stood in the casino, Feeling phantom traces of what happened just hours ago exasperate my bones. My mind wishfully wandered back to a time before this terrible game. A peaceful time before the despair. It was just the other night. Ashley and I were talking about nothing in particular, but we knew our time together would come to an end. The autumn season was coming to a close. Just a few more months for our new phase of life to rise from the horizon. We were relishing the bright, warm sun of the present before it set into a peerless night. Sitting in comfortable, familiar silence, we enjoyed each other's company. He's so short. Have you decided where you want to go? No, not yet. I was thinking about taking a gap year to travel. Traveling sounds like a dream. Seeing different people and expanding your worldview? Yeah, but then I'd have to worry about my finances if I'm on the road often. Short king indeed, Blaze. You legit been on a 6-day vacation because you've been sick? Don't fret. There's always other options. Maybe you could travel locally. There could be interesting sights in the next city that you never knew about. Huh, that's a good idea. Never really thought about that since I just walk everywhere in the city. What about you? Any interesting prospects? We are getting an ad break in about 40 seconds on Twitch. Well, Papa wants me to help out on the ranch a little more. The new season's coming up and we're expecting some competitors to drop by. Oh yeah, the races. You get pretty busy during those weeks, right? It's hectic, but fun. And I don't mind helping. In fact, I was still unsure about what I was going to do after school anyway. So this just gives me more time to think. And some time with Hyperion. I know he would miss you if you left. Of course. I would miss him too. We laughed lightly. I don't think you have to worry too much. If anything, you have a future at the ranch with your father. It's a good fallback just in case anything were to happen, right? Crazy Cosmic, how's everything going? It's liquid. We're liquid today. Sleepy, sleepy liquid. How are you? Yeah, a good fallback. A pondering silence drifted. I think you should travel, though. It'd be wonderful to hear all about your journey. Nothing is really keeping you down, no? Not really, but the idea is a little daunting. Learning new languages to get around, not to mention finding the money to do so. It's a little risky. And we're probably not going to have many chances to see each other. Do I recognize the name Hyperion? I feel like I'm supposed to. Like it's nagging on the edge of my subconscious. But I do not. It's hot and humid. It's nice and cool here. There's always a million reasons not to do something. Yeah. Oh, okay. That makes sense, Blaze. Besides, if you ever get tired of traveling, I'll always be here. Just don't forget about me, okay? She flashed me that warm, comforting smile of hers. Don't forget. I felt my heart swell. Poor Echo. I returned to the first floor after some time. Passing through the foyer, I saw Missy and Forte having dinner in the dining hall. Pickles, hi. Hello again, Echo. Are you well? Yeah, I think I'll be okay. Missy, I'm sorry if I was unresponsive earlier. I just needed some time to sort out my thoughts. I understand. We're all going through a lot right now. Yeah. Even though we shared a mutual sentiment, our eyes never met during the exchange. Forte broke the silence. Echo, would you like to join us for dinner? It's been a trying day. You want to take a moment to unwind? Happy early Thanksgiving Eve. I'm sleepy. No, thank you. I had so many things on my mind and no appetite to feed the thoughts. Will you be alright? Yeah. I just have a lot more to think about. Well, don't push yourself too hard. And don't be a stranger if you do end up wanting to join us. Sure thing. Thanks. I left Missy and Forte to enjoy their meal in peace. I wandered to the middle of the main foyer and paused. Something was bothering me. One concern I had involved someone I hadn't seen all evening. Should I visit Cannon? Yeah. I figured since I didn't run into her at the atrium or anywhere along the way, Cannon must have been in her room. I went down to the living quarters hall and knocked on the door engraved with her school symbol. Cannon, are you there? I just wanted to apologize. There was no response. I knocked once more for good measure. Silence again. It is now 9 p.m. Nighttime will begin at 10 p.m. Facilities will be closed until 7 a.m. the next morning. Even the darkest night will end and the sun will rise. If she were in her room, she didn't want to be disturbed. There wasn't much I could do. I slowly shuffled off. I couldn't help but feel guilty for denying Cannon's help, despite her tried sincerity. I wonder if I can get the photo pieces back from Missy. But nighttime had come before I knew it. I would have to ask Missy about the torn photograph tomorrow. I returned to my personal room and sat on the bedside. I felt sick and shattered. We just passed the first half of this so-called game and lost 4 of 10 students in our group. With 3 more days on the horizon, I feared for what would become of our already sparse community. I settled into bed and closed my heavy eyes. My thoughts were entangled in question after haunting question. The words, sights, and memories blurred together, with no answer in the horizon. I let go. Images unwound and spilled into the night. Sleep would eclipse my mind as another night passed. Dignity. Diligence. Day 5. Something ached. I felt my stomach turn over. Hungry. I slipped out of bed and went to the sink, splashing away another fitful night's sleep from my eyes with the crisp water. Alert from the chill, I got properly dressed. It was disturbing how quickly I acclimated to the morning routine. 7 a.m. I was awake an entire half hour before the preset alarm went off. Grumbling from the habitual awakening, I sulked out of my personal room to grab a bite from the dining hall. Hi, Cryo. Hey, honey. The halls were quiet. Nothing but my soft footsteps upon the carpet kept me company. I crossed the dimly lit foyer and sat myself down at the end of the dining hall table. I laid my eyes directly on the basket of pastries that still sat in the center of the table. 2 pastries remained, a lemon square, and some kind of Danish with jam. I helped myself to the lemon square, the delicate bite of sweet and sour zest filling me with a flavorful vigor. As much as I enjoyed the pastry, I couldn't help but remember the melancholic feeling of Pandora's life being cut short. I finished off the lemon square, leaving the jam Danish in the basket all by its lonesome. Would you take the lemon square or the Danish? Lemon square. I love lemon squares. I love lemon pastries. Lemon is one of my favorite dessert flavors. Love lemon. Unless it was like a sugar plum Danish. I'm trying to think of like flavors that I like more, like a jam Danish that I would like more than a lemon square, and it's probably just plum. I could really go for like an apricot Danish, maybe. But that looked a little dark. So, lemon square. I placed the snack in a folded napkin and stuck it in my pocket. Did he take both of them? What a jerk. Maybe I can give it to Cannon. Oh, okay. It's not much, but I didn't really know what I was going to do with it. Give it as a peace offering? I don't think she would accept a peace offering per se, but it would be a shame to waste it. I tried to recall whether or not Cannon had even... Oh god. Had even tried one of Pandora's pastries. Oh, somebody's mad that we touched them. My thoughts were interrupted by a sharp exclamation. I rushed out of the dining hall and saw Lyle and Cannon arguing in the connecting hall between the foyer and living quarters. Say was standing beside Lyle once more, watching the scene unfold. Oh, they're not mad at us for taking stuff. They're arguing on their own. Okay. Cannon, you're always running away and hiding, aren't you? Shut up. You think I'm gonna run head first into danger? I'm not gonna be an idiot like you and Echo, getting myself hurt for no good reason. Lyle seized Cannon's camera from her wrist. Hey, hands off! I've had it with you and your secrets. I'll break this thing for good if you don't tell me what you're hiding. No, don't, please. What's going on? I started to intervene, but Forte stepped in from within the living quarters. Approaching from down the hall behind Lyle, Forte plucks the camera out of his grasp with ease. You're all awfully lively at such an hour. Forte returned the camera to Cannon as Missy approaches from the opposite side of the living quarters. Lyle and Cannon stepped back a few paces from each other, the space now singularly occupied by their glares. Cannon wraps the strap around her wrist and grips the camera tightly. Good morning, everyone! Yes, good morning to you all. Although I would hardly call shouting and threatening others a productive way to start the day. What's the commotion this time? Morning? I'm not entirely sure. I woke up early, so I went to the dining hall to help myself to breakfast when I heard Lyle and Cannon arguing about something. Why were you up so early anyway, Lyle? I haven't been able to sleep well, if you really must know. Lyle trailed off, but his gaze was tense. Sorry, I didn't mean to. Lyle scoffs. Anyway, I was awake because I was restless, but Cannon here was sneaking around my room looking for dirt, no doubt. That's a damn lie. Is it so? Explain this. Lyle produces a photograph of what looks to be a checker pattern. What is this? Indeed, just what is that you were showing us? It's a chessboard. I have a chessboard in my personal room, and the only way Cannon would have taken a picture of that is if she trespassed and entered my room. You're the worst. You were blatantly walking around with that thing tucked under your arm in the early hours of the morning. I didn't sneak anywhere, much less your personal room. You broke your fibula and tibula? You're watching from a hospital bed? Kumo, what happened? Oh my god. Is this an Edgeworth reference in my Danganronpa game? Kumo, what happened? Now I'm concerned. That's ow. Cherry, you're full of shit. Watching from space, my ass. Rehearsal last night, you jumped off a 3-foot platform? Oh. Why? Is it like a stress fracture? Oh my god. Cherry, that's not how I meant that. Kumar, are you gonna be okay? You tore everything? Oh my god. You poor thing. Oh my god, that means you're not gonna be able to work for a while, doesn't it? Oh my god, Kumo. You poor thing. Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm so sorry. I really hope everything gets better for you, man. Oh god, what's it, like an 8-week heal, or is it longer than that? Did they say? How bad is it? Is it like really bad, or is it just like... They say a clean break heals better, so... Oh my god, if you tore everything... No, you're probably gonna... Yeah, I was gonna say, wait a minute. You tore everything. You're gonna be out of commission for a hot minute. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. Well, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm going to give you support in like the only way I know how to right now. I'm gonna give you a channel link drop. I don't know what else to do here. You thought your injury was bad? What'd you do? Hi, Rosie. You need to find a job from home. You did post on Twitter about it. You're on Twitter? I need to find you on Twitter, Kumo. Scroll. I'm fine. Subscribe to too many people. I'm gonna drop Kumo's link here. Oh, mommy. Hey, mommy. Anywho, yeah. No, I got you. I know where it's at. Is it the same on Twitch? Yeah. Whoa. No, I got you. I know where it's at. Whoa. Is it the same on Twitch? No, go away. Why is that still? What the fuck? Did I mess up today? I really messed up today. You partially tore your UCL in your thumb. Ooh, ow. Necoception. Yeah, no, because I clicked on over. I literally. So remember how I said I muted OBS instead of Chrome? It was the one right below it. I muted Steam instead of Opera. I am like drunk today or something. Yeah, same for everything. I'm gonna give you a shout out over on Twitch. I know I don't have like a ton of people over there, but it's something. There we go. At least that'll generate something, maybe. You just got woken up by your cat growling at your window because she saw a bird outside the window. Oh, birds. Bird. Birdie bird. We're all getting hurt. You know what I mean? You jumped off a platform. Joey did this thumb thing. I fell down the stairs the other day. Dang it, grandpa time. Hi, Wing It. Hi, Wing It. Hi, Wing It. Hi, Wing It. How are you? Bird is the word. Bird. Bird is the word. Anywho. Hi, Wing It. Hi, Wing It. Hi, Wing It. Tiome. I just realized you wrote Tiome the first time. Finishing food before you go to bed for work tomorrow? You've got a rough couple days ahead of you, don't you, Wing It? Hi, Mari. How am I? I'm still tired. I didn't sleep real well again last night. Everybody, 07's doing it. You were told you weren't literally supposed to break. For real though, man. For real. Oh my god. That probably puts you like out of the play too, doesn't it? Ah, I'm so sorry. We're going back to the game though now. I didn't sneak anywhere, much less your personal room. I just happened to be around the corner when I saw the strange thing. So you admit you were hiding? You call everyone awful for making you do Just a minute. What's this about a chessboard? That's none of your business. I brought it out only to discuss it with Say, no one else. It does. You can't do any more plays till you're healed. Oh. This is my word of advice as somebody who, so for those of you who know and those of you who don't, I have a hypermobility disorder. I'm pretty sure we know exactly what it is. Whatever. I tear stuff, break stuff, sprain stuff really easy. Stay off it. Do not push yourself. It will be worse if you don't let it heal properly. I can promise you that. I'm literally missing a chip of bone out of the back of my ankle because I didn't let it heal properly before I took off the walking cast. For your own sake. Please. Missy sighed. Don't be absurd. The existence of such a thing has been brought to everyone's attention now thanks to your commotion. There's no use in keeping it a secret now, Lyle. Fine. Lyle leaves the group to retrieve the item in question from his personal room. The rest of us gathered in the dining hall in anticipation. Antissa. Patient. For those of you who know, you know. After a moment, Lyle returns, presenting a lacquered wooden chessboard. Interesting. Care to elaborate? What seems to be the issue here? It's not strictly a chessboard per se. It doesn't come with pieces to play with, and there are markings on the two opposite corners. But from those differences alone, I know what its real purpose is. External. Oh, yeah. No, I don't think so. It's the mutilated chessboard problem. If I recall correctly, it's a type of tiling puzzle, no? Yes. The problem is so. Suppose an 8x8 chessboard had 2 diagonally opposite corners removed, leaving 62 squares. Is it possible to place 31 2x1 dominoes in such a way along the ranks or files that all the squares are covered? From the numbers alone, you'd think it's mathematically possible. After all, 31 is easily half of 62. However, the problem is impossible to complete. By removing the 2 diagonally opposite corners, we're talking about 2 either black or white squares. Whichever is removed, we're left with the real estate of 32 of one type of square and 30 of the other. This is an issue, since the dominoes will always cover 1 black and 1 white. If the remaining squares are uneven like that, we'll be left with 1 domino and 2 uncovered squares. I see. At the end of the day, puzzles like this are pointless. They're not problems, they're hoaxes meant to frustrate. Where was this in Zero's Escape? They gave us a similar puzzle. In that case, do you believe you're expected to solve it, given you're the ultimate puzzle master? I doubt it. It came with neither instruction nor dominoes. Just the board itself with 2 corners marked was in my room. Even if it were given to me to solve, whoever gave it to me must know that I would see through the problem straight away toward the impossible nature of it anyway. So Lyle had this complicated thing in his room as well. Huh? Hang on. This moment felt oddly familiar. Hearing someone had a strange thing in their room. Alola, Lily. I wondered if it were simply a coincidence, or... Hey, Forte, can I ask you something? What is it? When I was shocked on the first day, you took me to your personal room to keep an eye on me. Ow, sorry. I keep getting this itch, and then like when I itch it, it hurts. I don't know how else to explain that. Ow. I remember you had sheet music. What was it of? Oh, that! The sheets were actually slick parts of the libretto for, an opera I have some disdain for. Oh? Indeed, the story was of a man that, despite his success, makes a deal with dark spirits to get what he truly wants. Interesting. I don't care much for the moral of it. I see. His choice of words were rather nonplussed, but his brow furrowed deeply at the mention of the opera. Could these things be indicative of something more? In their respective rooms, Lyle had a frustrating puzzle, and Forte had sheet music that turned out to be for a story he doesn't quite like. Interesting. I wonder then if the revolver in my room was presented in a similar fashion. You might have a strange thing in your room? Yeah, it's whatever the heck's on your leg now. To test myself with a precarious game within a game itself. What could that mean? Don't you think it has something to do with your talent as well? Perhaps. But conversely, there is a discrepancy among the items. Ashley's room had nothing to do with her talent. Yeah, Ashley received her friend Sylva's helmet. In a way, it could have been read as a gift at first thought, but given their history, it might have been a jab at the fight that occurred between them. And I can surmise what sort of room gift Cannon was given. Her camera. I haven't made any effort to hide it. But yes, I have some rather mixed feelings about this. Not elaborating any further, Cannon scowls as she stares at the device. Say, did you also happen to awaken in your room with a strange item? Yeah, I did. Would you mind sharing it with us? I wonder if there's also something talent-related. Sam momentarily withdrew to her own room to retrieve her item. Here. She produced a yellow skull and bone statuette. What on earth? Is that real? It couldn't be real. The shape is much too stylized to resemble anything realistic. Oh, I guess you're right. All the characters are always blushing, Cherry. It's the art style. Still, such a depiction of a skull, fake or not, sent chills up my spine. This thing is kind of heavy, too. When I woke up, it was sitting on the cabinet at the foot of the bed, staring at me. It's like it was telling me something bad would happen. It's horrible. I didn't even know what to do with it, so I just hid it in one of my cabinet drawers. Say's item doesn't seem to have any outward appearance of being related to her talent. However, a skull and bone statuette planted in a game centered around murder. I get the impression that it was given deliberately. Yeah, it can't just be a coincidence, huh? I wouldn't be surprised if that thing is, like, filled with clockwork, given her talent. So Ashley wasn't the only one that had something out of place in her room when she woke up. It seemed nearly everyone here had something unusual in their room. Wait, all these strange things have something in common. They're to some degree disturbing. We are getting an ad break Twitch side. I think all these room gifts, it seems like they're all meant to unsettle you in some way. You got a meme for me. Interesting. It was quite disturbing to receive a revolver of all things, before the events of the killing game being revealed to us, no less. Missy, what about the item you had last night? You said it was analogous to Silva's helmet? Correct. It has a painted past. The owner was to kill herself with it for betraying her family's wishes. What a loathsome request! So instead of following her family's blindsided desire, she took the dagger and nothing else as she fled from home. Missy withdrew the dagger from her possession and turned it over in her hands carefully. Oh my god. Cherry! Spoilers! Not really, but kinda. She had a forlorn look in her eyes as she stared at it. No way! There is no way I'm letting Missy allow another weapon to fall into the wrong hands. Lyle sped in to take the dagger from Missy, but Forte held him back with a firm grip. Why are you stopping me? I'm trying to prevent more destruction. Missy's weapons are going to do more harm than good. And can you say with confidence that you won't let the weapons fall into the wrong hands as well? Whoever fights monsters should see to it that they do not become a monster in the process. Lyle, I think you would do well to follow those words of insight, given your reactions to the events. It's not that I don't have any faith in you to solve the workings of our situation. I don't want to see you turn against us for the sake of an answer. I'm not turning against you. I'm trying to get to the bottom of this forsaken game we're in. Ah! Lyle hurled the chessboard across the hall, splintering the wood into several pieces. Lyle, violence is not the answer. You have a sharp mind. Don't let rage and confusion blind your judgment. Then tell me, what's the point of these so-called gifts? Missy, you received a gun of all things, and now you've got your hands on a dagger? Say even has a skull and crossbones statue. What good could that possibly serve? Not to mention all the awful gifts. This game has been rigged from the beginning to incite violence, and violence only. Lyle. Please settle down. We're gathered to talk this out. I understand you're frustrated, but discussion is the best tool at our current disposal. If we keep a level head, we're sure to find an answer for the questions at hand. We have so many brilliant minds here. Why not do what we can? Lyle huffed. He crossed his arms and paced to the far corner of the dining hall, allowing whoever else to speak. Well, all I can speculate is perhaps signs of distrust were to be planted among us from the start, since the gifts might have stirred feelings of resentment. If that's the case, what do you think Art's gift was? Maybe it was because of that thing. He was the one to act first. It could be possible he walked into the mansion with pre-existing bleak feelings that were only exasperated further by the situation we found ourselves in. One could surmise that is possible route for his motivation. The room fell silent for a moment. Missy and Forte were deep in thought, while Say and Canon were their usual quiet selves. Lyle, on the other hand, just allowed the conversation to move at its own pace. Missy continued. It's going to be difficult to reflect on the events past, but I believe it will be necessary to progress. I believe we ought to ask. The killing, what was the root of each occurrence? Art did it out of protection, didn't he? As I understood it, it was done more out of fear. Ashley was afraid too. She was afraid for Echo's safety. Both of them must have thought getting rid of the potential mastermind behind our situation would stop the game completely. However, there's such a possibility of a mastermind existing within our ranks. Yeah, I don't think so. No one dared to comment on such a thing. I actually don't think that there's a mastermind among us in this one. Even just given the fact that we've seen Zero, even if it's just a hologram of Zero. I don't actually think. You think the Danish was the mastermind? Lol. Regardless, I do not like this. Splintering the unity of the group with hypotheticals won't get us very far. Yeah, besides, who would be so cruel to want to insert themselves into a game that could put themselves in harm's way? The idea is disturbingly masochistic. I suppose an amount of faith is required amongst us so we don't shatter what already limited and delicate trust has been built. We got this far, haven't we? The most plausible mastermind would have been Cyrus, but he was ultimately just a pawn in their overall scheme. So much for his immunity. Another pause. Missy looked over to Lyle, who continued to sulk. Lyle, have you had a moment to collect yourself? He lets out an elongated sigh. Sure. Then please, your wit and assistance will be paramount to solving our predicament. I haven't doubted your skill for a second. However, I would ask that you cooperate. Missy extends a hand in compromise. You're late, how much did you miss? Everybody received a disturbing gift, is pretty much what you've missed. Like, when they first arrived. Lyle hesitates, but eventually shakes in agreement. Make no mistake, I'm still suspicious of everyone here, Missy especially. Don't think I'll forgive you for the hoops we had to go through to figure out what happened to Cyrus. I don't expect you to accept any of my excuses, so long as we've understood to have the same goal, to escape our predicament. Whatever, let's just get on with figuring out this damn killing game. If we think about it, the working goal we're supposedly meant to be committing such horrendous acts for is to earn something called the ultimate prize. This prize is meant to be received at the end of 7 days of captivity. In that case, couldn't we just wait until the 7th day? Was pursuing the so-called prize even on anyone's mind this whole time? Consider this. What could possibly be so desirable, yet compellingly unspecified, that we're provoked to fight to the death? We ought to solely focus on pursuing escape, and resisting any pressure to act on killing. That's the only answer I can foresee. But as we've seen, Zero's deployed a number of things throughout the days to apply stress. Regarding the forced motive question, just as the act of choosing whether or not to discuss it already has suspicious implications, doesn't it? And it didn't happen in Cyrus's case since the killing occurred early in the afternoon. But if we didn't do anything like we did on the 2nd day, something would have been employed later in the day to ensure we would act. Case in point, the disturbing music. indeed! Waiting out wasn't going to be an option to begin with. As far as we could tell, nothing made any sense. Missy furrowed her brow. It's difficult to make concrete statements about our situation. The variety of things happening don't seem to have any rhyme or reason. So what can we even do? Uh-oh. Before anyone could respond, a ringing filled the halls. So, another day 5! Another wondrous day within the walls. Today's force motive question is... Do you believe in strength in numbers? That's a real head scratcher, huh? Nah, not really. Seems pretty obvious, right? Unless we have any lone wolves out there. The announcement ended as quickly as it came. Huh. That one's kind of vague. It's not vague. It's nothing. Why wouldn't there be strength in numbers? Cannon broke her silence with a snide remark. It was strange coming from her, considering how much she avoided us. I'm inclined to agree that the answer seems pretty straightforward. I concur! Especially so since we are finding ourselves in the very scenario where it is beneficial that we all be present to discuss the game. Okay, so we all agree that was completely pointless. Back to what we were talking about. What do we think the purpose of the ultimate prize and the preservation project are as a whole? Lol? They're just gonna gloss over it. Missy, you said you wanted to involve yourself with this group. Can't you make heads or tails of this? I've been trying to make sense of it since we arrived. All I can say is perhaps we found ourselves in an elaborate trap. I hear Lyle mutter that's obvious under his breath. Missy ignored him. Echo, I believe you may be able to recall what I said when you asked about ultimate students for the first time. Yeah. It was interesting what you said. What those individual groups or institutions do with the students is beyond me. I've not heard many stories of success or failure from anyone who's had the luxury of being accepted. Anyway, don't take much stock in the title is all I'm saying. What do those institutions do with the students? I mean, of course, your talents would be highly coveted, but wouldn't the world be seeing constant new developments in, like, biological discoveries and technology? Excellent observation. Why haven't we seen those developments indeed? It's clear that, as ultimate students, we're at the crux of this game's existence. How do you mean? Who or what singularly determined the fact that we had ultimate talents? The Preservation Project. And Echo, you didn't seem to have any knowledge of ultimate talents, students, or the Preservation Project at all, prior to your experience thus so far. Huh? That's true. So I asked, how did you become a participant here? We all had to willingly sign up to be brought here. I'm curious whether Echo's presence is a discrepancy that we can bet on. It seems glaringly peculiar given the circumstance. That much is clear. In any case, I believe we've been uniquely blessed with the peculiarity of Echo's presence that could shed light on our situation. Missy thought hard. I need more information. I have an idea on where to potentially fetch the knowledge I seek. Say? You know what? The reason for all this? Why is it so hard to figure it out? It's meant to be beyond our comprehension and capabilities, isn't it? Why not just go along with the game instead of fighting it? What are you saying? Suddenly, a rumbling shook through the dining hall. It sounded like it was coming from the foyer. We darted out of the dining hall to investigate. No way. Oh. The previously impenetrable main foyer doors opened. We're on day 5 and there's still 5 of you. That's impossible. The voice crackled.
Test your strength. Explore beyond the doors as a group. Split up, do nothing, I don't care. Your strength in numbers. Can you remain a group in spirits as you wander the mysterious halls? Yes, the doors once thought of as your only way out have been thrown ajar. They've never really been an exit. You all just assumed so. How silly is that? And, oh, what's this? Ding!
Facing opposite of the foyer doors, the elevator indicators lit up, showing a new floor available to us. The courtroom.
I'll even let you take a little detour to the courtroom. Find out the secrets of this wretched place if you can bear to face them.
I agree, Cryo. I'm sorry. I really you mentioned it earlier with the book that's on the table about us possibly being on a boat. I think I agree with that. I think that's a good call. I do think that we're on a boat. If they're giving us access to the courtroom, is this the last chapter? This might be the last chapter. Or we might get this in like an epilogue chapter, maybe. If we're on a boat, we would have heard the what, Cherry? Not necessarily, because like there are ways to like it would take a lot of money, but there are ways to kind of like make a room stay stable while a boat is moving. But considering everything that this preservation project has done so far, it wouldn't necessarily be surprising that they had that kind of money. Cherry, don't give me that.
Yes, the game will go on regardless of how hard you resist.
Everyone was astonished. We were all fixated on the gaping dark hole that lay beyond the previously dangerous door. Oh, really, Cherry? Then I'll give you whatever I want. Zero is challenging us to uncover the secrets of our captivity. So be it. I will be infiltrating Cyrus's room. He had knowledge of mine and Ashley's connections. It's likely he had access to much more information.
What? But the door that mysteriously kept us in has been opened up. There could be information further down the building too.
Oh, sorry. Was that not enough for you? Fight me.
There could be information further in the building too.
Lyle pulls out the secret note he's been holding on to since discovering it the second day. That was too long though. Hold on. How do I untime somebody out? I should probably turn this on. I don't know how to undo it. Please, can you figure out how to turn Cherry back on?
You want to throw hand? You had to do a double take when you said that might be the last chapter, but then you remember this was a fan game made by only one person. Yeah. Just don't be... Cherry, you were only timed out for 10 seconds on YouTube. I just accidentally timed you out for 600 seconds on Twitch. That's like 10 minutes. Lyle pulls out the secret note he's been holding on to since discovering it on the second day.
This note has to mean something. It's clear that Zero represents one of the symbols and has shown himself in the courtroom. So it's the same has to be said about Eve's symbol. Whoever's operating the announcements, Eve or Zero, have to be hiding somewhere beyond the doors. It would be too obvious for Zero to be hiding in the courtroom.
What if it's simply an artificial intelligence behind the two personalities? Then what? Searching for something intangible and scripted to run the game won't relieve the overall secrets beyond the walls. Cyrus knew things about the project as a whole. What kind of information can't be denied at a time like this?
Lyle, Missy, please! Arguing again isn't going to solve anything. Agreed. I hate to suggest it, but perhaps this opportunity is the force motive question presenting itself in a testable way. That's what I was thinking. If we recall day 3, the additional motive of distressing music was implemented at 4 p.m. Aha! We can split up and investigate until 4 p.m., where we can rendezvous and exchange information, all the while bracing ourselves for whatever Zero has in store for us. That's a good plan.
In that case, I'll venture into the unknown. If anything goes wrong here, you can bet I'll be the one to puzzle the truth together in the aftermath.
Huh? Nah, you're fine, Kumo. Lyle stands squarely before the dim hall of the open doorway.
I suppose it's our best option. It's not the wisest thing to do given our already small group, but it would give us an edge in discovering the secrets of our whereabouts.
Missy nods as she makes her decision to remain within the main wing.
There are 6 of us, therefore we ought to divide into groups of 3 so we can all keep an eye on each other in our respective areas. Breaking off into 3 pairs is out of the question.
Cannon, you're coming with me. What makes you think I want to go with you? As much as I'd miss your awful company if you didn't come, you won't let go of your camera. I think it might just be a touch useful going down, okay?
Cannon rolled her eyes, but didn't object further. I'll join Missy. Worry not. I shall not let anything go wrong. Besides, I trust Cannon to keep an eye out on things for me.
Sure you do.
We decided on splitting between investigating the foyer beyond the foyer doors and remaining in the main wing. With only myself and Say remaining, I looked to her to see what group she would go with. Say remained still. I guess she was waiting for me to make my choice first. Cherry, don't be like that, please. I wonder what everyone else was expecting to find from this. Oh, we gotta talk to everybody now. Great. What do you think you'll find? Who can say? I certainly don't know what to expect. But I'll do my best to assist Misty in her endeavors. Hi, Mari. Oh, I see. I'm not sure what I could offer to the investigation. Half of a memorable experience in the overall scheme? Don't fret if you can't lend a hand. Keep in mind simply the impact we have on other people. We're important to each other. Quickest words to a dying party. Let's split up together. Yeah. Listen, I don't know how to time out for a different amount of time. I'm sorry, Cherry. I approached Cannon, wishing to apologize for what happened yesterday. I didn't quite know what to say. Cannon didn't lift her eyes to meet mine as I tried to organize my thoughts.
Echo, hustle.
Please, Echo, time is of the essence. Cannon continued to stay silent.
Echo, hurry it up, will you?
I know. I need some time to think.
The worst action is inaction. We have to dig up this miserable place's secrets.
If Lyle's patience wasn't already paper thin, I just applied a hydraulic press atop it with my indecision. You sense something off? Yeah. Are you having trouble deciding? A little. I'm mostly worried that something bad might happen. It's perfectly normal to feel fear. It means you're still human. Your senses haven't acclimated to the awful environment. Say, did you have any preference?
No, I'll go with whoever. I don't care. You pick.
Okay. So whichever group I decide to go with, Say will likely join the other.
Come on, y'all. I'm being very generous right now. You don't want your opportunity to go to waste, do ya? Time's a-wasting.
Zero's taunting voice rung through the halls once more, his laugh crackling through the speakers. Wing it, I'm actually not expecting us to have a choice here. I'm kind of expecting the game to pick for us, for a few reasons. Number one, this was a game done by one person. It has had a very linear pathing. You've had to talk to everybody. You've had to do this. You've had to do that. Like, I don't expect both paths to actually be open to us. He's either the killer this chapter or he's gonna get killed this chapter. Who, Forte? Forte's so dead. Forte's gonna get killed. He literally sang Ave Maria. Literally. Zero's taunting voice rung through the halls once more, his laugh crackling through the speakers. He literally sang Ave Maria. He literally had a cutscene where he sang Ave Maria. He's gonna get himself killed. It's almost the end of school. This feels like an important choice. Perhaps I should think carefully. Oh, is it gonna let us pick? Well, alright, chat. Who are we picking, I guess? Should we venture out the front doors or should we venture down to the courtroom? Right? I'm gonna put up a poll on YouTube side. Poll. Or... Go. Okay, you're saying whatever I decide, but please don't put. Please vote instead. I don't want to. I don't want to pick. I'm gonna let it go for a couple more minutes. Got scared for a second when it said close poll on your side. No, you actually can't really do anything with other people's polls, even if you're a mod on YouTube. Did you shut down the whole? No. That's not how that works. It's one of those things like where Twitch has really just the better mod option, moderator like functionality. Because the mods can run polls on my behalf on Twitch. Okay, there's 11 of us. That's 8 votes. Or, well, 11 of you. That's 8 votes. I think that should be fine. Alright, front door it is. Here we go. Join Lyle and Cannon in exploring beyond the doors. Telling me the platform built for streaming is better at streaming? Oh my god, no way! I'll go with Lyle and Cannon. It was decided. Cherry. No, I can't even get that off my screen. No. I'm about ready to actually time you out for real reasons, Cherry. Like, come on. You need to relax a little. You need to chill out a little. There was no reason for that. We aren't being sussy. It's out of completely left field. You wish Twitch was better for getting people? Yeah. It was unintentional, you swear? I don't believe you. But do better. Do better, okay? That's all I'm asking. Do better. Okay. No, you don't have to leave, Cherry. You just need to relax a little bit. I joined Lyle and Cannon near the foyer doors. Say joined Missy and Forte on the opposite side of the center glass table. Then that's that. We'll each investigate to our fullest abilities, and rendezvous here before 4 p.m. That all right with you, Lyle?
Yes, ma'am.
Lyle had already begun walking past the doors before she asked. Cannon silently matched his pace. I hastened to keep up. Good night, Wing It. Thanks for hanging around. Hopefully... I don't want to say the disastrous words that I could be saying right now. But, I wish you the best. What beard is spider... What? Bug light. Oh my god. It's gonna be a shit show at best, but I'm not gonna say the horrid words. Ad break incoming Twitch side. Sorry for the late warning. Cannon silently matched his pace. I hastened to keep up. We stepped through the doorway into the darkness. My eyes adjusted to the dim lighting as we were quickly met with stairs that tumbled down a dark length. Not a single word was exchanged between the three of us as we trudged down the steps, further away from the foyer's glittering hall. An anxious feeling rose in my stomach as I glanced back at the dying light. The other group was already out of sight. After some time, the foreign floor beneath us revealed itself to be at the bottom of the stairs. The hidden floor we gained access to stood in stark contrast to the previous floors. The lighting was dim, the walls dark and cool. Regardless, it remained decorated with the delicate gold furnishings and a familiar service kiosk. An elevator hall divided the room into 2 equal halves, similarly to the main floor. Looks like we can take this elevator back to the main wing, huh?
Probably, but what's the use of going back now? We made a decision to split up and we need to investigate. Look for an exit.
Did that really need to be said? Lyle instructed the two of us, but before anyone could get very far, we could hear the unfortunately now familiar speaker crackle.
So y'all decided to split up, huh? That's alright, no sweat off my back, figuratively speaking, obviously. Thanks to your fancy bracelets, I can still locate where you are. There's no escaping for you quite yet. Anyway, I have a very special big motive for you all later, but for now, how about some fun little gifts? Not for everyone, mind you. These will be for Cannon and Missy, respectively at the nearest kiosk. Grab it if you want, or leave it for someone else to stumble upon. I don't care. At this point, whatever you do is meaningless anyway.
Huh? I wasn't sure if it was just me, but it felt like Zero's tone was different.
I'll check back in with you folks later. Enjoy your investigation.
The announcement ended. Lyle went over to the foyer kiosk as directed. Cannon hurried to put herself between Lyle and the kiosk.
Not so fast. There's no way I'm letting you see whatever this messed up shit is. How do we know it's gonna be bad?
Everything in this place has been nothing but bad, genius. What makes you think this is any of your business anyway? Lyle rolled his eyes and left Cannon in relative peace, going about his way to search for an exit. You discovered something in Phantom Hourglass. If you decide to head back down before completing the temple and the cyclone, that's... Ghostbuster me. Hi, Leonard. I stood by in curiosity as the kiosk printed a small sheet, blank face up. Cannon rips the sheet out of the receiver, balls it up in her fist, and stuffs it in her pocket without a glance. I won't fall for any motives if I don't look at the things Zero's trying to tease me with, right? Go on. Go let you explore a bit on your own and go eat some potatoes. Potato. I guess so.
Let's see. Here's a map of our current floor. Doesn't look like there's much here.
What the heck? Two long halls paralleled each other at the opposite side of the room. Toward the back, opposite the stairs, were two larger rooms. One, the trophy room, and the other... What the... This other room is redacted.
Even so, we're here anyway, so we can just visit the room itself to see what it is.
We stepped away from the kiosk to explore the underground floor. As we passed the two side halls, I took a peek in. They were listed as multi-purpose event halls, decorated settings for large gatherings. The large rooms were sparsely decorated with a number of tables and chairs and not much else. The event halls were pretty, but like much of the building, they lacked any sort of quality of life. Cannon and I wandered about, but not for very long. Nothing glaringly strange caught our attention. It was as if this place was never meant to be anything more than recreational. The entire time we explored, Cannon kept a safe distance from me as I pondered when the best time to make amends. Lyle was waiting for us back where we started.
About time you lot caught up.
What did you expect? You didn't demand we all travel glued at the hip. Hey now. The two glared at each other. A palpable tension burned through the air. Ahem. So did you find any sign of an exit?
No, the hallway behind me just goes to the shared elevator. Not an exit in sight. But I haven't looked in either of these rooms yet.
One of the rooms is listed as the trophy room, and the other is, strangely, redacted.
Then let's go check out the redacted one. My interest is piqued.
The three of us approached the unlisted room. That looked like it said testing chambers, maybe? There was a metal nameplate on the door, but it was scratched out, the laser engraving lost underneath the messy hacking.
Of course, the name is conveniently scratched away.
Lyle rattled the doorknob, but it was locked tight, our entry blocked by an active keypad.
See, nothing but bad.
The keypad's light indicator was red, waiting for a 6-digit code to unlock the door. What's with the keypad?
How should I know?
Well, you disabled the trap on the main foyer's door, didn't you?
That's because there was a hidden panel in the wall on the main foyer. I just turned it off. Nothing fancy.
Is this any different?
A keypad is plenty different. If we input an incorrect code, it's likely it'll shut us out permanently.
Lyle shrugged dejectedly.
Unless we find a code, I suggest we leave this door alone until we're certain something works.
Why don't we check out the trophy room? Maybe we can find some clues in there. Lyle grumbled, but started toward the trophy room on the other side. I'm wondering if the code's printed on that sheet that Cannon got.
I highly doubt it would be that convenient to find the code, but there's nothing left to lose.
Interesting. When it said trophy, I was kind of not... I don't think I was expecting taxidermy. Upon entering the trophy room, we were greeted with... Is that a bear?
It's not alive. It's a taxidermy bear.
I nearly toppled backward at the sight. The room was filled with unmoving animals, posed in their most intimidating predatory state. Lyle and Cannon drifted in. I gulped and slipped in. Inside, there were displays of smaller animals, foxes, rabbits, and squirrels even. Toward the back of the room, there were hunting weapons, crossbows, rifles, hatchets. I'm glad this room was hidden from the start. I muttered the observation to myself, but it didn't give much comfort. Even though the large selection of weapons was inaccessible, danger still managed to find its way through. I sighed and continued my search for the code or signs of an exit. What felt like an eternity passed. We turned the room upside down, looking for hints or clues for the keypad or otherwise, but all came up empty-handed. I sat down in one of the lounge's chairs and took a beat. Searching and searching to no avail only proved to load more exhaustion onto my already tense shoulders. What now? I mumbled to myself as Lyle and Cannon were just as aimlessly idling in the trophy room, their empty eyes falling on the miscellaneous decor. A crackling of static in the air stifled the brief repose we found ourselves in, reminding us that we were still in the midst of the game's encompassing shroud.
Hey, just checking in with y'all. Having fun exploring the new digs? I bet you are. I have 2 more fun little gifts for you folks. Forte and Say. Der Salmong Song for the former, and for the latter,
Just...
Da war es noch nicht Nacht, da sah die Welt die Folgen schon. Die Weisheit hat ihn so weit gebracht. Beneidenswert, befreit davon.
You hope it's not copyrighted? I'm pretty sure it's not. Is this what I think it is?
Was aus ihm wurde. Saß wie ein Gott auf nem Altar und wurde ermordet, wie erfuhr. Und zwar, als am größten war.
Hi, Guy.
Schrie der laut, auch du, mein Sohn. Da war es noch nicht Nacht, da sah die Welt die Folgen schon. Die Kühnheit hat ihn so weit gebracht. Beneidenswert, befreit davon.
I think this might be the song that he got. Oh, Cherry can see Guy again. Interesting. If we're on a boat, this might be the most expensive boat you've ever seen. Yeah.
Und nun sieht hier ein Kief und mich. Gott weiß es aus uns.
If I'm not mistaken, because like I'm pretty sure I know of this song. I happen to have an interest in opera.
Wo haben wir uns hin verirrt, dass man ihn jetzt zum Galgen schafft?
I'm pretty sure this is a song that was like about King Solomon.
Unsere Sünde lohnt.
But I'm trying to remember like what it was about.
Sah die Welt die Folgen schon. Die Leidenschaft hat uns so weit gebracht.
I'm kind of giving it a listen because I'm picking up some of the German as I listen to it.
Befreit davon.
This morning you found out how to make Cherry appear on stream again. Oh, what happened?
Nothing. You're kind of insignificant, so such as a gift suits the person, yeah? Enjoy this weird tune if you can. It's all in German, so it's nonsense to me.
Zero's voice dropped out and the tune carried on softly. A gentle, haunting piano accompanied the droning, gentle vocals. I couldn't comprehend what was being said, but the atmosphere the song created was unnerving. Something interested you, Lilith? Oh, okay. Wait. Both the gifts were directed to Forte and Say, but then are grouped together. Which character has German connections? So this is obviously for Forte, who, although not German, sings opera.
So groß war unsere Leidenschaft. Wo haben wir uns hin verirrt, dass man
I'm sorry, I'm listening.
zum Galgen schafft? Da seht ihr unsere Sünde lohnt. Und seht, da war es noch nicht Nacht. Da sah die Welt die Folgen schon. Die Leidenschaft hat uns so weit gebracht. Beneidenswert, befreit davon.
It's... Hi, Fluffy. You have German connections? And so I'm actually listening to it because I'm like picking every time it passes through, I'm picking up like a little more of the German. I don't think it's giving me anything like specific though.
Seht ihr, ein Kief und mich. Gott weiß, was aus uns wird. So groß war unsere Leidenschaft. Wo haben wir uns hin verirrt, geschah. Da seht ihr unsere Sündelohn. Und seht, da war es noch nicht Nacht. Da sah die Welt
It is singing the same section over and over, so I'm fairly certain of that. The song seemed to be about tragedy. Yeah. If I remember correctly and what I am picking up from it, I think it's maybe someone swayed by someone's beauty? It's been 32 years since you've been to Germany. Game, why are you doing this? Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm the one that's like letting it repeat, so. Both good gifts were directed to Forte and Say, but they're in a group together. Missy's and Cannon's were given individually. Zero even said it didn't matter that we split into 2 groups. So, Lyle's voice from across the trophy room startled me. There's a massive bundle you think you might get? What? What do you mean, Cherry? Guess this will be the rest of the stream then? No, I'm sorry. I'm going. It's giving Forte detail flags and you're getting... No, he's dying. I'm sorry. He's so dead. So nothing. I was just wondering out loud why that was the case.
It's more than likely he knows something we don't.
Well, I hope they're okay then. All 3 of them receiving something strange is kind of worrisome. I trailed off, watching Lyle pace restlessly up and down the room. I wasn't sure if it was just the silence between us, but it sounded like the music was getting louder. Lyle came to a stop in the center of the room and stuffed his hands in his pockets in frustrated resignation.
Damn it, this is ridiculous. Zero commanded we test our strength by opening that stupid door, just so we could make a mess of the trophy room. This whole game, it reeks of inanity. Nothing is connecting. Nothing makes sense.
It's the puzzle.
Being in a killing game isn't some puzzle where you jigsaw all the pieces together. I don't think there's any sense in it at all unless you're some twisted sadist.
Shh, guy, no.
There has to be a reason for this, to put us all together and just as quickly tear us apart.
Oh boy, Cherry. That's a lot of money.
For something as malicious as this game, Reason got up... I'm sorry. For something as malicious as this game, Reason got up and left a long time ago. You're talking like you're not part of this.
I've been trying my best
to not involve myself, period. But you are involved. You're inextricably, unavoidably, indivisibly a part of this game. No, you don't get to say you're not part of this. Weren't you the one who had conclusive proof of the first killer? Didn't you push the last child forward by realizing Echo hadn't seen an important message? What makes you think you can pick and choose what you want to participate in? How can you be so cold and unfeeling about all of this? You can't have any good reason to consistently be turning your back at all this treachery when you are completely steeped in the involvement.
Cannon was dumbfounded. Shh. Shut up, Lyle! Cannon was shaken. At this point, the music had grown into an echoing drone, the murmur of the piano keys striking something fearful in my heart. Lyle and I stepped back. The tension in the air was heavy as Cannon's biting glare commanded all of our attention.
Who do you think you are?
Cannon's voice was a low growl. Her eyes were mixing with a stifling, chilling torment. Cannon. I tried to shake out something, anything, to quench her invisible fury, but my throat was dry. She darted towards the back of the room. Oh no, what did that say? She darted towards the back of the room, and at that precarious moment, the lights went out.
What the... Ah!
Lyle? His voice cried out with agony. I tried to follow the voice, but it was pitch black. I couldn't see a thing and lost my footing in the rich darkness. Mold. Hello, Skibbs. Back from bio break. You're fluffy. Oh, I get it. What's going on? Static popped in and out of the speaker, but before any announcement could be made. Oh no. I felt my back splitting in two. A fiery pain unlike any other tore my skin, dug through my muscles, and split my bone. I fumbled to the ground, my limbs failing to catch the descent. Cannon? Ow! Thanks, Cryo. My body fell limp, and consciousness escaped me. From Zero to Hero Bolivia raid, you're at, like, just the right time. We just got knocked, like, unconscious, I guess. Hello, Fulfill Your Destiny. Welcome in on that Zero raid. I meant to do this last night. It's that one streamer that Neko raided the other day. It is! It is that one streamer that I could... Hello, Dreamy McSteamy. Hi. That's a name. Meow, meow, you know, still don't know their name or who they are. It was great fun. You accidentally cut yourself on your chair. Ow, how does that even happen? Everybody's getting injured today. Jesus. Did we get... I'm wondering if we did get murdered. It's quite possible. Oh my goodness.
Zero to Hero Bolivia just raided with 2 viewers.
And that is the first raid we've ever gotten on Twitch. Yay! Jimmy McSteamy, thanks for following on Twitch. Someone needs to be wrapped in bubble wrap for the rest of his life. Already took the metal parts days ago. Oh, God. What is this? Not what? We're talking about chair injuries. You need a new chair because you're using a garden one with a cushion. Oh my god. Oh my god. We started this injury chain. I feel like we did. I really feel like we did. Cryo and I both got injured, like back to back, one after the other. One, like I got injured, he got injured first, and then I got injured. And now, like, everybody we know is getting injuries, and I feel like crumbs. There. I have made the command. I couldn't just make it 0 because I feel like that would be a... Oops, hey! Jimmy McSteamy, thanks for subscribing on YouTube. Thanks for the sub-follow wombo combo, if I may. And MixRivazy, thanks for following on Twitch. I don't know if that's the correct way to say that. Sorry if it's not. MixRivy? Why do I feel like that's Roman numerals? Is that Roman numerals? That might be Roman numerals. What hath you wrought? I don't know. Anywho, thank you so much. Thank you. Hi everybody. I'm Neko. I do variety streaming. We do a lot of like visual novels, puzzle games, it's actually Mercy. Oh. Okay, yeah, no, I can see that. Okay, that makes sense. That's a really interesting way of spelling it. Okay. Okay. You now have an actual command. Look at this. There you go. if it'll go off. Yay! I made you a command. Finally. St. Jude charity stream got to. Ooh, very nice. Grand prize giveaway. I've been meaning to do it. I'm a horrible scatterbrain. I'm a horrible, horrible scatterbrain. You blame Neko as you should. As you should. Am I going to do a charity stream? Maybe someday. You're still not sure what their name is, though? From Zero to Hero Bolivia? What do you mean? You need to sand down the spiky, jagged metal part of your armrest? Ouch. Scatterbrain, unanswered Discord. Listen. It's showing tonight? Oh, I'm sorry. I get so many Discord DMs every day. I'm trying to play this game. Hi, everybody. Hi. I'm loopy. I've been running on like minimal sleep. We're getting an ad break. Twitch side. Thanks to everybody over there. Thanks to everybody over here. Thanks for the new subscribers, the followers, etc., etc. Thanks for the raid. We're going back to this game because I keep getting sidetracked and I want to go. Okay. My body fell limp and consciousness escaped me. Oh, we got a bad end. What? We did get killed. What? This is the canon lost ending. Oh my god. We just died. We were supposed to go in the courtroom. That's insane. Actually, you know what? The minute that it said to me that two people on the other side both were getting presents there, I was like, we were supposed to go the other way. Blaze, is this the bad end that you said you were very sure I was gonna get? Yeah, you'd be shocked if I don't get a bad ending. Wow, okay. You voted the wrong choice, figures. You didn't know you could die in this game. Apparently, we've missed 2 bad endings already. Or at least one, right? We missed one, right? Can original Danganronpa do that? Kinda, yeah. Alright, well, I'm kinda glad that I set down a save here. Oh, yeah, no, I guess we missed one other one. Which would be by not trusting, Missy in the other trial. Congratulations, getting bad ending too. So, I don't think she's actually going to kill somebody. I just think that this is a bad end. Here we go. We're going to go back up here. I'm going to kind of like... I'm going to speed through this and just make the same choices I made next time because I kind of want to move ahead. How do you get a good ending in D1? I'm not telling you that because that's spoilers. No, we're not alright. Here he's gonna sing his thing again. I want to skip ahead of this because I just want to kind of get to where we're at. And this is gonna he sings Ave Maria in that scene. Which is why I said he's gonna be the one to die this chapter. Is it easy to get? Yeah, it's easy. You got all achievements in Half-Life 2, Half-Life 2 Episode 1, and Half-Life 2 Episode 2. Wow. 20 minutes of listening to... Was it really 20 minutes, Cryo? I'm sorry. Well, there's more bad endings. Dev really put in a lot of effort. Yeah. There's one other bad ending. Honestly, though, knowing that that's the second bad ending, it really makes me wonder if... Like I said before, if this is really the end of the... Like, this will be the last chapter. For some reason, you thought you had to get every single item and give it to the right person? No, that's not. Can we, like, fast forward? Click, 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 click. You're holding on hope that Echo died by canon for a reason. Listen, listen, listen. I like opera music and I like German. I think it's a pretty language. Click, 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 click. In the end, there's no bad ending. After you die, you don't feel anything else. Everything is quietness and peace. Who all has died? You mean like over the course of the whole game? Gonna complete the temple? Have fun. Yeah, I do. I kind of think this is the last chapter. Like, I think maybe we'll get an epilogue chapter. But I don't, I think this is gonna be the last one. I think, like, this is gonna be the last killing chapter. Sips and no. Thanks, Blaze. Thanks, 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 thanks. Oh my goodness. So much, so much. We went so far. And, like, now that I'm clicking through it, I realize we didn't actually get all that far. Still no new people? Still no new people, which I'm also surprised about. Like, we had the 2 that were supposed to be there that didn't show up, but... Meow, 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 meow. Meow, 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 meow. No, that's not the Muffin Man. That's not what I was singing. Time to see if your theories were right? Yeah. You think there's a control in the settings? Oh, hold on. If I click on instant... Oh, that's faster at least. Whoa, that's much faster. Okay. It was the Meow Mix. Looks like you know what Neko's favorite food is? Actually, you know, it's mushrooms. I love mushrooms. But this kimchi crab salad was made with imitation crab. It was really freaking good. I don't understand why it was so good. Can you send food to you? The sound effects are funny. Alright. Okay. There we go. Put this back on fast. Save the game here. Oh, that's not what I want to do. No, back. Okay. We are going this way. Yep. Is Horse Girl... no. No, she's not. I'll go with Missy and Forte. It was decided. I joined Missy and Forte on the opposite side of the center glass table. Say joined Lyle and Cannon near the foyer doors. Then that's that. We'll each investigate to our fullest abilities and rendezvous here before 4 p.m. That all right with you, Lyle?
Yes, ma'am.
Lyle had already begun walking past the doors before she asked. Cannon silently matched pace, and Say scurried to catch up. As the 3 of them faded out of sight, I immediately began to feel uneasy. Is this okay, splitting up? We got a ringer at her. What? What? Oh, God. Ow. Come on, Echo. A choice has been made. The general consensus was that we were to split up evenly if we wanted to comb the building in a timely manner. Yeah, sorry. I'm just a little worried. I couldn't shake the remnant hostility between Lyle and Cannon's argument this morning. There was a crackle of static before Zero started speaking again.
So you decided to split up, huh? That's alright, no sweat off my back, figuratively speaking, obviously. Thanks to your fancy bracelets, I can still locate where you are. There's no escaping for you quite yet. Anyway, a very special big motive for y'all later, but for now, how about some fun little gifts? Not for everyone, mind you. These will be for Cannon and Missy, respectively, at the nearest kiosks. Grab it if you want, or leave it for someone else to stumble upon. I don't care.
Have I done Jinx Fixes Everything yet? No, actually I haven't.
At this point, whatever you do is meaningless anyway.
Huh? I wasn't sure if it was just me, but it felt like Zero's energy was different. That's the same thing he said last time.
I'll check back in with you folks later. Enjoy your investigation.
The announcement ended. Missy went over to the foyer kiosk as directed. Similar to a victim report, the kiosk printed a small sheet, blank face up. What is it? Don't feel any pressure to share if it's unpleasant. You love the new Discord server profile pic? Yeah, somebody made fan art last night, and it was just so cute. I had to make it the new profile pic. It's supposed to be Neko Jinx, like Jinx from Arcane and Neko like mashed together. Jinx from League and Neko mashed together. I love it. I struggle to remember their YouTube name, but it was Joker. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I know that they're not here right now. Is it Cat? It is Cat. You disagree? Oof, Fluffy. What a typo. And to be frank, I'm only expecting unpleasant. Missy tore the small sheet from the print feed and flipped it around. As if being beholden to her vexing gift wasn't enough, I have this to remind me of this game's treachery. She showed us the front face of the sheet, a photograph of Darling, drenched in blood. Unboxing picture of her death. Missy spat the words as Forte and I took a quick look before turning our gaze away from the horrific sight. It's truly despicable! Missy stared at it a little longer before stowing the picture within her inner coat pocket. We really must get to the bottom of this treachery.
You to a duel.
I'm revolted by how condescendingly this game treats lives. Missy turned down the living quarters hall towards Cyrus's room. It didn't occur to me until we arrived at his door that we don't have a way in, do we? What do you mean? Isn't the door locked? Desperate times call for desperate measures, don't you think? Missy withdrew Darling's dagger and swiftly struck the doorknob off. That's one way to do it. I don't exactly have Cyrus's ID bracelet now, do I? I guess not. Missy inspected the bored hole previously occupied by a doorknob and inserted the dagger, pulling the latch away from the jamb until the door clicked open. And there we are. Do you think this would be against the rules? It wasn't explicitly stated. However, if it were, I'll deal with the fallout in the courtroom. Missy was persistent. She opened the door and marched straight in. Terribly sorry for the intrusion! Forte stepped in and I trailed along behind him. Cyrus's room had little defining feature in it. Similar to mine, Forte and Ashley's, in design, the only thing that setting it apart was the set of manila file folders on a bedside table. It was only a hunch, but it seems I was right in presuming Cyrus had information about us. Missy found the folders across the bed and began her search. Here, grab a folder and see if you can find anything interesting about our situation. Forte helped himself to a folder and glanced at the first few pages before seating himself in a spare chair. Are we looking for anything specific? Anything at all, honestly. The more we know, the better. I picked up a folder at the bottom of the pile, sat cross-legged on the floor, and opened the file. I found floor plans for the building. There were some general blueprint diagrams, nothing I could really make sense of. Not that they looked much different from the maps displayed on the kiosks. The only thing to note was a sheet was stained with blood in the corner. Among the blueprints was a small booklet. The title read, Floor Plans, Game L. On the inside page, 5 floors were listed in the index. Wait, 5 floors? From the top we have... Hold on. Trial grounds, infirmary. Living quarters, casino, smoke lounge, garage, arcade. Okay. Activities, spa lounge, climbing center, jazz club. Living quarters, dining hall, study, theater. I could not say hall. Collections, trophy room, and something, and redacted. The last floor listed had 2 sections. One was the trophy room and the other was redacted. So Lyle, Cannon, and Say are probably visiting the trophy room on the floor below us. I stared through the booklet and found basic information we had already known. All floors have kiosks to communicate, bracelets are used for identification, active hours are from... Nothing new yet. I flipped to the back, looking for details about the 5th floor. However, when I arrived toward the final pages, I noticed they were torn out. Whatever remained of the page stuck out from the binding in a messy tear. I grumbled. Of course, the details of the floor beneath us are conveniently gone. I stared at the back panel and noticed something odd. There seemed to be an imprint of writing pressed into the back panel. It was barely visible, but in the right light I could just make it out. 251110. Maybe Cyrus himself wrote the numbers on the last page with a certain amount of pressure, resulting in an almost invisible imprint. That's going to be the code to that door. These numbers might have been important, seeing as the page before it were torn out. Or they could have been a mistake, and that's why the pages were removed. Have you two anything pertinent to share? I snapped out of my concentration. Oh, yeah, I found a floor plans that show the floor below ours. From the looks of it, Lyle and Cannon and Say went down to the trophy room. A trophy room? That doesn't sound too promising. Well, there seems to be another room, but it was crossed out, so I can't figure what else is down there. Also, take a look at this. There are some numbers just barely visible here. I showed Missy the impression of numbers on the back panel. What do you suppose these 6 digits could mean? A code, perhaps? But I don't recall encountering any sort of code-locked door in our immediate facility. Then it's likely the code is meant to be used in the area where 3 of them went. Right. That said, let's finish our investigation before we visit them. When we rejoin them, we'll see what discoveries they have to report, and whether or not the code will be of use after all. I nodded and made a point to memorize the numbers before setting the booklet aside. Forte? Forte, did you find anything of note? I came across our class dossier, namely student profiles about each of us. Student profiles? Did you find anything about me? I was still wondering why exactly I was involved in this game, since I didn't explicitly have a given ultimate talent. Ah! I have exhausted the files on hand, and I didn't see your name anywhere. Interesting. I see. I'm terribly sorry. I understand it's been bothersome to be here as an unexplained outlier. It's not your fault, Forte. I guess it's coincidence. Although I did come across something useful. These student profiles have an immense amount of background detail. Important figures, significant others, fears, other miscellany. But other than Cyrus, no one present has any background involvement with the game. So all of us present are just victims of coincidence. It seems statistically improbable given our rare talent expertise. Yes and no? How shall I explain it? To start, as we are aware, the minimum requirement to come here was to be an ultimate student that received a letter of recognition from the Preservation Project. Should they have accepted the offer for protection, there's a period of time between sending the letter back and, I suppose, being whisked away to this secret location. It seemed in that period of time there was a sorting method to creating the class. Classes were to be composed of pairs of ultimate students. These pairs of ultimate students would have to be two people who were significantly involved in one way or another. For example, of the folks we did see from day one, Art and Lyle were apparently considered to be close enough for pairing off. Though it appears this roster would have included a few other students that would have formed pairs, but aren't present, one can only assume Cyrus himself crossed out the students that are absent. However, there are 2 students that aren't crossed out which may require further inspection, and, well, it would be best if you saw for yourselves. Forte revealed a roster with student names and talents. What? Oh, the sister is here. Hey, Quartz, radio host, that's 0. Whoa. There were 15 profiles shown on the roster. One next to Cyrus was clipped out, and 5 were crossed out with dark ink, bringing the total of student profiles visible to us 11. Yeah. Is there like a, hold on. I think there's a button that I can use to like, F. Oh, that's not what I wanted. I feel stupid. Log, menu, autoplay, screenshot. I guess not. Pi symbol? What? Do I see a pi symbol? What? Ultimate radio host. How is that a talent? Maybe 0 woke first and became our host? Maybe. This is gonna be Silva, the race car driver. I don't know who this is, but it says hairdresser, I'm fairly certain. I don't know this one. I can't really read it either. This one's probably gonna be Darling. Maybe the people marked out are dead? Yeah. Look at the album pattern. Oh. Yeah, that is a pi symbol, isn't it? Okay. However, I wasn't on the roster, so it should have been brought the number down to 9 since I was excluded. That says knight? Peculiar. As you've noted, there are 2 extra students we have yet to encounter. Yes, they are listed as being in association with Say and Pandora from the looks of it. Or the cutout picture is Echo? Maybe. Does that mean they're also Ultimate students? That is indeed the case. They're listed as Ultimate Radio Host and Ultimate Cartographer. Akihiko Quartz and Gaia Esper, respectively. Gaia Esper? Let's have a closer look at these 2 students. Missy hastily moved aside the folders strewn across the bed and placed the student profiles for Akihiko Quartz and Gaia Esper. Those are names, yeah. Akihiko Quartz looked like 0. His clothing and hair were different colors, but his actual features were the same. And Gaia Esper looked awfully similar to Pandora. Same face, different haircut. Even more damning were the school symbols depicted along with their profile pictures. Well, one thing is for certain. It's clear to us now that Zero's true identity is Akihiko Quartz. And we can conclusively put a face to the second mysterious announcer named Eve. It seems Pandora must have known more than she was letting on, seeing as the true identity of Eve appears to be her very own sibling. That said, seeing as the student associations have been revealed, it can only mean Sei, knowing Akihiko, has some further involvement with the game. There's no doubt. Sei must be the mole we are seeking. My head was spinning. We were being fooled from the start? 2 people on the inside were connected to 2 of the entities administering this game. Shouldn't we confront Sei now that we know she might be up to something? Doing so could prove dangerous. I would like to watch her movement to see what she's thinking. As far as she's aware, she doesn't know we're on to her. It's difficult to determine what is going on in her mind. She speaks so little. Then, I think we should check out Pandora's room. She might have something hidden in there since she's part of this. All roads lead to pie. I do like pie. The number. And also the food. Excellent idea. I'd still like to look over the rest of my files, if you don't mind. I'll go with you, Echo. I'm curious to know what Art's notable gift was, if you would like to make a detour. I nodded and approached the exit. Oh, just a minute. Missy gave the dagger to Forte. You can use the dagger to knock the doorknob off like I did earlier. On second thought, I don't know if I want to leave you alone like this. I'll be fine. I still have the gun on my person. I don't want to resort to firing it, but seeing as our situation is becoming more contentious, it may not be my choice. I felt a shiver go up my spine. Missy was taking the situation much more seriously, with chillingly unfeeling demeanor. Understood. We'll make haste in our investigation and return promptly. It'd be funny if Pandora's sibling appeared and was the mastermind. I don't remember you saying the mastermind, but I've been and maybe, but I've been thinking that Pandora's sibling was going to show up for a while. All right, go into other rooms. Forte and I stepped out of Cyrus's room and walked to the opposite hall to Art's room. There, Forte struck the doorknob, pulled back the latch, and opened the door. The only thing in Art's room was a worn-looking golf bag. The leather bag was embroidered with the Camp Papiano name. Oh, this must have belonged to his grandfather! Art must have been reminded of his pastime, golfing with him. It must have been distressing to see this upon waking, to say the least. Forte let out a heavy sigh. It's unfortunate, but explains his reaction to Pandora's question. Now knowing she might be involved, what do you think she goaded him on? That would be quite masochistic, wouldn't it? And to what benefit? After all, she fell by his hand. That's true. Forte paused. Do you believe the flap of a butterfly's wings could cause a hurricane? Huh? A little thing like a butterfly creating a disaster sounds improbable. It's a theory. Minute occurrences within similar initial starting conditions can lead to drastically different outcomes. This situation could be very well one of those drastic outcomes. Are you speculating Pandora set this entire scenario off by purposefully inciting the first murder? Who can say that was her intention? Besides, her interactions were never of ill will, were they? She was kind to everyone, so who's to say perhaps the flap of this butterfly's wings caused a storm that would eventually give way to the shining rainbow that will grace our skies? That's a pretty optimistic outlook. Looking forward to the eventual repose from this nightmare is all we have, isn't it? Eventual repose. I could only hope something like that would free us from the trappings of this storm. Though, why should we wait for something minuscule and out of control like the winds to dictate our fate? I'm keen on taking such matters into my own hands if need be. I'm not sure I would know where to begin with such an endeavor. Well, that's neither here nor there at the moment. Shall we move on to Pandora's room? Yeah, let's check it out. We left Art's room and visited the living quarters on the other side of the foyer. Entering Pandora's room in the same fashion again, Forte and I came upon another nondescript personal room. Only this time, there was nothing to be found in her room. Huh? Did Pandora not receive some kind of room gift? Perhaps because she was involved, there was no need. But Sei has one. A creepy one at that. I'm wondering if that, like I said before that I was thinking there was clockwork in that thing. I'm wondering now if that's actually some form of communicator. Yes, an ominous skull and bones statuette. The two of us peeked into the dresser and were greeted with nothing but stationery and other miscellany. Wait, what if she was doing what Cannon did? Huh? Cannon said she received that instant camera, right? And she's been clinging on to it basically since the beginning of this whole predicament. That certainly wouldn't be out of the question. Do you recall anything Pandora might have had that would be grounds for suspicion? Yeah. That secret note. She showed it to me just before nighttime on day 2. At first I thought something was fishy. That maybe she was hiding something, but... I pressed my fingers to my temple. I don't know. Pandora ended up suffering and the note fell into Lyle's hands. Maybe the secret note was her vexing gift. But if she were some kind of double agent, why would she nonchalantly share the note with me? Who can say? I sighed. The more we know, the better. I couldn't help but think the opposite. As we dug up more information, the more confused I became. I could only hope whatever Lyle, Cannon, and Sei found would answer the many questions, but at the same time, I was afraid to uncover more of these secrets. Let us return to Missy with our findings. Returning to Cyrus's room once more, Forte and I found Missy in deep concentration. Welcome back. Did you two find anything interesting? Art had his late grandfather's golf clubs in his room, and Pandora had nothing. Nothing. Echo speculates that perhaps the secret note mentioned in the first trial may be Pandora's room gift, in the same fashion as Cannon's instant camera. Can you get a nya in the chat? How about you get a nya from the streamer? The room was empty. She probably kept the note on her person for safekeeping, or something. But when she left it in the pantry on the 3rd day, Lyle's been holding on to it since. We'll have to take a closer look at it when we rendezvous with Lyle. Missy returned her intense glower to the mess of documents. Anything new here? A disturbing amount of news, yes. Take a seat. Forte and I sat in the spare chairs and gave Missy our full attention. She sat in a momentary silence, a fierce gaze transfixed on the folders. I've been reading on a history of involvement. The involvement of Ultimate students in killing games just like this one. Killing games plural? As in multiple? Yes. I know, it's startling to say the least. Oh, that's ours. Okay. In that case, that reminds me. In the folder I looked at, our game was labeled Game L. What do you think L means in terms of these multiple games? I believe in that context, L is the Roman numeral for 50. So our game is the 50th game. Oh, God. I was thinking L is in A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L. 50 is even harder. 50 games. Oh, a definitive number to help enumerate how long this has been occurring. Let's see. If 49 games have taken place over a span of approximately 7 days at most, with no break between games. That's 343 days. Almost a year's worth of this hell. I don't understand. I believe that tracks. I remember hearing about this project sometime late in my junior year. Why so many games, you may ask? These games were implemented with Ultimate students in mind. Ultimate students would be the prime subjects for rigorous tests and scenarios involving battling to the best of their ability. Can we get a 20-minute? No! Stop, guy! To overcome the other Ultimate students and come out on top, to be the best of the best. These experiments were used to determine who could carry the future. The Preservation Project and this killing game, they're one and the same. It seems we aren't just a 1 in a million occurrence. But why? My voice crackled. So this place, it's just some kind of petri dish for creating an Ultimate student that has no moral regard for what they're doing? The Preservation Project has washed their hands of their concerns with morality. It's clear in this documented history. What if it's fabricated, all fake, only to stoke fear? It's very possible. Fear is a powerful tactic. Cyrus himself, after knowing all this, had very little room to operate. He was under a considerable amount of pressure. And eventually collapsed. I was shaking. Comprehension of the situation was the last thing on my mind.
I challenge you to a duel.
Fear chilled me to the bone. Missy, aren't you afraid at all? I'm mortified. However, knowing the darkness that lurks beyond the malicious people's intentions is nothing new to me. Calling the individual person simply a constituent to strip humanity in the amassing voting numbers. It's nothing but numbers. We play with live ammo. A game toying with the livelihood of wildly talented students, enabling a maddening battle royale to create a singular, albeit misdirected, towering Ultimate student. Missy exhaled sharply. This must end now. Missy stormed out of the room. Missy! Forte and I chased after her. Missy stood, arms crossed, at the elevator. She was embroiled in thought, her brow knit, her posture imposing. Are you in full possession of your faculties? You aren't one to charge forward like so. I hate to say that I only have a hunch. I've little to rely on but gut feeling lately, and I have nothing but instinct to justify acting upon them. I have nothing except... She held up the photograph and pinned it to the wall with a dagger. Nothing but a vengeance for bringing this establishment to the ground into a burning hell for all the suffering it's put us through. I was so misguided, so blindsided for thinking I wanted to be a part of the Preservation Project. I've been played for a fool. Missy, none of us could have known this would be our fate. It's possible the two conspirators must have known something from the start. Rather than confront the one remaining, we must attack the source. The elevator chimed and Missy stepped in. We're going to the courtroom. I don't like that she's leaving the knife there. Only the monotonous elevator hum filled our ears as we traveled to the courtroom floor. We entered the dark, circular room once more, this time without explicit orders to determine a culprit. It was quiet. The windows were pitch black. Zero was nowhere to be found. Missy swept in, looking for any indication of the announcer's holographic representation. Forte and I filtered into the empty room aimlessly. I can't see a thing through these windows. It should be early afternoon about now, shouldn't it? Perhaps there are shutters covering the windows. If I recall correctly, they close after a trial. Forte ran his hand across the wall, feeling the creases that lined the foundation, seams running in miscellaneous ranks and files. Urgh! Forte tried prying one of the sides open, to no avail. He knocked on the wall, resulting in an echo bouncing beyond the barrier. There's empty space beyond this wall. It probably only opens when a student is being executed. You think Zero's operator is hiding where executions take place? Wasn't the character Eve mean at the beginning of the game and softened at one point? I know, I think she's always been nicer than Zero. I'm not 100%. I gulped. It was not a sight I wanted to think about. I guess it would have been too easy to visit the courtroom after Zero encouraged us to investigate this area. Missy stepped out from the elevator again. The infirmary has nothing of note either. Missy circled the courtroom stands once before settling at her indicated place. She leaned back and crossed her arms. A tense expression painted her face. Well, that's what they were saying, Guy. Even if we found Zero, how are you going to get any information out of him? He must have known we broke into Cyrus's room, so he might be even more cautious. If I can get him to start talking, we're over halfway there. It's about running a conversation long to allow an opening, whether it be a contradiction or an unknown fact. The more he talks, the faster his options will diminish. That said, we've entered the most damning areas with little to show for. I feel as though we've hit a dead end. It's possible Lyle, Cannon, and Say have had better luck on finding information in their search. We can only hope they turn up with something of note. The three of us were steeped in a long, contemplative silence. What, Cherry? You really wish you got to the earlier part of the VODs before this stream? Yeah, sorry. I sighed, thinking about meeting up with the others, wondering if they were just as luckless as we were in finding anything of use. I thought about Cannon and remembered. Missy, do you still happen to have Cannon's photo? The one from last night? I know I said I didn't want it, but... Oh, certainly. I didn't have time to patch it together, though. Missy drew the two halves of the group photo from her inner coat pocket. I lined the two halves together and gazed at a moment in time that was quickly dashed. That's okay. I awkwardly stole soft looks from Forte and Missy. They seemed to understand I felt remorseful for what I had done. I want to return it. I don't like that. Oh!
A body's been discovered in the trophy room.
No. Oh dear! Quickly. We rushed back into the elevator, hurriedly clicking the button for the foyer. The foyer floor light chimed. Oh no. The doors slid open after what felt like an eternity, and we were greeted with a bloody sight. Oh! Cannon! A hatchet was buried deep in the back of Cannon's lifeless body. Blood stained the polished floors. The fresh liquid reflected upon the glossy surface, creating a haunting glow in the middle of the foyer. Cannon. Damn it. Oh no. Missy and Forte bolted out of the lift, while I remained frozen in the elevator cab. I don't know, it could be bad. Jesus! Please! That one actually got me. It could be Say. It could. Missy and Forte bolted out of the lift while I remained frozen in the elevator cab. A sickening metallic odor filled my senses, and I felt a cold sweat form on my brow. Missy and Forte were huddled in concern over Cannon's body, but it was clearly no use. She was gone. But the body discovery announcement said the trophy... See, that was my problem. It said it was in the trophy room. Did that mean the announcement rung for Lyle? Was Say really behind all of this? Oh. Above Missy and Forte's clamoring, I heard a strange sound. Dread possessed me. Missy, Forte! As the foyer's chandelier came crashing down on Missy and Forte. What? 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 Button not working. You're about to see some behind the scenes shit, but what? What the heck? Yeah, what? I'm gonna see if I can fix my stream deck's not working. Hi, Nori Barlow. Hi. Like an update. Let me just try and fix this. Quit stream deck. Quit. Reopen stream deck. What the? Yeah, I'm what the fucking over here. They were completely crushed by the chandelier. Their bodies lost.
Sing for me.
What do you want me to sing? Their bodies lost under the tons of shards of glass. I could hardly muster a sound. I was shell-shocked. Glass and blood littered the floor before me. The glistening liquid reflected on the marble floor doubled the terror in my mortified visage. The rules didn't say there was a limit of killing. I have a feeling here that the way we went before down the thing. What, will you please open, please? Thank you. There we go. I have a feeling that the way that we went before is the way we were supposed to go second. That this is supposed to happen first, and then we know the code to the other room because we remember it, ergo ultimate memory. It's the morphogenetic field theory. Also, oh, you want me to sing Dumb Ways to Die? I'm sorry. Dumb ways to die. So many dumb ways to die. Dumb ways to die. So many dumb ways to die. There you go. That's what you're getting. That's Forte. It's not murder-suicide. Lyle. The nightmarish sight brought me to tumbling my knees, dread oozing through every part of my body. My breath was falling out in pieces. My vision became blurry and red from panic. The elevator doors came to an automatic close to hide the sight. The sight of 3 friends being brutally killed. A hand stopped the doors. Ah! I felt a sharp impact comprise my bone. Cracks creaked through my system into blazing pain. That's Say. That's Say's hand. Something was sticking out of my shoulder. It looked like a bolt. From the heat from the pain, the chill from the terror. I felt heavy and weak. I couldn't lift my eyes to see who had attacked me. My whole body crumpled without a fight. My head knocked onto the floor, causing me to see stars, and... Only one more for a pentakill? Well, Lyle was obviously the one that was that was downstairs, therefore it is a pentakill. In the trophy room. Nothing. Thanks, Cryo. I'm not gonna voice this because even though I'm sure that it says I did it, right? That voice. I followed the rules of this stupid killing game, so... Please, please, please get me out of here. The ultimate prize is freedom, right? It's say. It is, it's say.
Hucky, please. I know it's your voice, so listen to mine and help me. The ultimate prize?
Zero's voice.
You don't want the prize.
Zero's voice is weird again.
No, killing isn't the answer.
Oh, what? After Say's remorseful cry, one could hear a pin drop. I could feel my heart struggling as my adrenaline rose. Killing isn't the answer. Then, what were we doing here? This is wrong. It's all wrong. Let me scroll up a little. I don't know how far it'll let me scroll back. Ah.
Please forgive me.
There you go. Ah. Ah. Ultimate Zero's escape person. What was that?
Come on, y'all. I'm being very generous right now. You don't want your opportunity to go to waste, do ya? Time's wasting.
You forgot who Say is? Did we just shift? We did, Mari. I'm so sure. Ultimate Sigma. We're the Ultimate Sigma. I'm sorry, I couldn't resist. We're the Ultimate Phi. Oh, God. Okay. We just echoed back into our previous body. But, this is not the cruise ship main deck. The Ultimate Junpei. There you go. Oh, Junpei's... Junpei doesn't shift. Junpei can access the morphogenetic field, but he can't shift.
There we go.
Thanks, Cryo. It feels like an important choice. Perhaps I should think carefully. Alright, now we're supposed to go this way. I'm so sure. You were gonna do the same thing. Okay, Sherry. Hyperion is also an award-winning novel that's based around time travel. Ah, ha ha ha. I felt this sense of deja vu. The announcement urging us to split up, the importance of the decision. But everyone was alive? Did those horrible things actually happen, or did I imagine it?
Come on, it's not that hard of a decision.
Echo, we need to get moving. Yeah. I couldn't begin to understand what happened when I went with Missy and Forte. Regardless, I didn't want to experience whatever that was again. Instead, I chose to go with Lyle and Cannon. I'll go with Lyle and Cannon. It was decided. I joined Lyle and Cannon near the foyer doors. Say joined Missy and Forte on the opposite side of the center glass table. Sippy sippy. And also, to drink or not to drink. I'll drink. There's no E at the end of Sigma Klein. Zero would be proud. Yeah, it was the ultimate Zero. There we go. Did we just dodge death? We just shifted back into our body at a previous point in time. I know about the part Akihiko doesn't seem to be aware. Yeah, true. Probably 2% milk. It's actually cherry 7-Up. Thanks. Cats aren't supposed to have milk. I will remind you of that fact. Then that's that. We'll each investigate to our fullest abilities and rendezvous here before 4 p.m. Is that alright with you, Lyle? Echo can happy death day themselves.
Yes, ma'am.
Lyle had already begun walking past the doors before she asked. Cannon silently matched his pace. I hastened to keep up. Give me just a moment. But what was going on? I rubbed my shoulders, reaching for the distant pain that haunted only my memories. I glanced back at the other group. Missy gave a small parting wave before turning down the hallway to do her investigation with Forte and Say. It's like nothing happened. I could only hope nothing awful would happen here. You've been what do you mean you've been lied to your whole life? What? Yeah, no, cats aren't supposed to have milk. You can only find it. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Some kind of cherry milkshake would probably be... What? What? I am... I could only hope nothing awful would happen here. My eyes adjusted to the dim lighting as we were quickly met with stairs that tumbled down a dark length. Yep, we saw this part already. Not a single word was exchanged between the three of us as we trudged down the steps, further from the foyer's glittering hall. Look here. Still think this is the last chapter? Yeah, I do. I even more so now. An anxious feeling rose in my stomach as I glanced back at the dying light. The other group was already out of sight. After some time, the foreign floor beneath us revealed itself at the bottom of the stairs. The hidden floor we gained access to stood in stark contrast to the previous floors. The lighting was dim, the walls dark and cool. Regardless, it remained decorated with the delicate gold furnishings and a familiar service kiosk. Oh, the actual flavor. Yeah, no. The cats are not supposed to drink milk. It's very bad for their stomachs. And in actuality, I am allergic to milk fat, so, like, I can't actually have milk myself. An elevator hall divided the room into 2 equal halves, similarly to the main floor. Looks like we can take the elevator back up.
Probably, but what's the use of going back now? We made a decision to split up, and we need to investigate. Look for an exit.
Does that really need to be said?
Lyle instructed the two of us, but before anyone could get very far, we could hear the unfortunately now familiar speaker crackle. Cold walls, stand in the corner, it's 90 degrees. What?
So you decided to split up, huh? That's alright, no sweat off my back, figuratively speaking, obviously. Thanks to your fancy bracelets, I can still locate where you are. There's no escaping for you quite yet. Anyway, I have a very big special motive for all of you later. But for now, how about some fun little gifts? Not for everyone, mind you. These will be for Cannon and Missy, respectively, at the nearest kiosk. Grab it if you want, or leave it for someone else to stumble upon. I don't care.
No, I'm not lactose intolerant. I'm allergic to milk fat. It is a different allergy. So lactose is milk sugar, and I'm allergic to the fat in milk. So like I can actually have skim milk perfectly fine, and I can have like a lot of cooked milks. Yogurt is usually fine as long as it's like a Greek yogurt, not some of the looser yogurts. I can usually do cheese. Ice cream tends to be fine. Hold on just a second. I literally went through and I'm double checking the code because I want to remember what it was. 6 digits, a code. Oh. Oh, it is a 0 at the end. 251110. Okay.
Okay, at this point, whatever you do is meaningless anyway.
So the motives were given to the same people as before. Person you mod for had you woof and meow with each sentence. So what about evaporated milk or sweetened condensed milk if they're used in baking? If they're cooked, it's usually fine.
I'll check back in with you folks later. Enjoy your investigation.
The announcement ended. Lyle went over to the foyer kiosk as directed. Cannon hurried to put herself between Lyle and the kiosk.
Not so fast. There's no way I'm letting you see whatever this messed up shit is. How do we know it's gonna be bad?
Everything in this place has been nothing but bad, genius. What makes you think this is any of your business, anyway? Lyle rolled his eyes and left Cannon in relative peace, going about his way to search for an exit, just like before. I stood by in curiosity as the kiosk printed a small sheet, blank face up. Cannon ripped the sheet out of the receiver, balls it up in a fist, and stuffs it in her pocket without a glance. I won't fall for any motives if I don't look at the things Zero's trying to tease me with, right? I guess so. If it were anything like Missy's motive, it was likely to be just as disturbing. If $10 was donated, he'd drink a cup of buffalo sauce and film it. Ugh. Just allergic to the fat in milk. Yeah, well, that's not my only allergy, but as far as milk goes, yeah. The composition of the fat changes when you cook it, which is why it's normally fine. It's just like how some people can microwave bananas if they're allergic to it and eat them. That's a thing, by the way. If you microwave a banana, a lot of people with banana allergies can all of a sudden eat bananas if they're microwaved. Because it breaks down the components that they're allergic to.
Here's a map of our current floor. Doesn't look like there's much here.
Toward the 2 long halls paralleled each other on the opposite side of the room. Toward the back, opposite the stairs, were 2 larger rooms, one in the trophy room and the other. The map of this floor looked the same as the blueprints I saw when I went with Missy and Forte. The other room was still redacted. I wonder what that other room is. It doesn't show up on the kiosk map. Someone tell Aloe about this blasphemous... What blasphemous act? The microwaving of bananas? Yeah. That's a new one to you? You've heard of microwaving corn on the cob, but not a bit... No, so, No. Hold on. So, microwaving a banana for a short time can potentially help reduce allergic reactions in some people because the heat breaks down the proteins that trigger the allergy. It is important to consult a doctor before trying it, as it may not work for everyone and could still cause your reaction depending on the severity of your allergy. There you go. No, it's an actual thing. Some people can eat bananas if they're microwaved, but not if they're not microwaved. I knew somebody that was allergic to bananas and plantains that could eat cooked plantains but could not, and like cooked bananas but could not eat them if they were. I know, it's weird. Speaking of banana allergies, did you know that if you're allergic to latex, you cannot eat bananas because latex is made from banana leaves? You just lost your dog? Cherry, are you okay? The heck?
Even so, we're here anyway, so we can just visit the room to see it itself to see what it is.
We stepped away from the kiosk to explore the underground floor. As we passed the 2 side halls, I took a peek in. They were listed as multi-purpose event halls, decorated settings for large gatherings. I'm so confused. You've been reacting to what's been happening, and oh my god, that's so Raven shit from Echo scared me, not gonna lie. It's more like Zero's escape shit, but yeah, kind of Raven-y shit, I guess. The large rooms were sparsely decorated with a number of tables and chairs and not much else. The event halls were pretty, but like much of the building, lacked any sort of quality of life. Ken and I wandered about, but not for very long. Nothing glaringly strange caught our attention. It was yeah, this is just all the same. Cherry, what the heck? The entire time we explored, Cannon kept a safe distance from me as I pondered when the best time to make amends. Lyle was waiting for us back where we started.
About time you lot caught up.
What did you expect? You didn't demand we all travel glued at the hip.
Hey now! The two glared at each other. A palpable tension burned the air. So, did you find any sign of an exit?
No. Hallway behind me just goes to the shared elevator, not an exit in sight. I haven't looked into either of these rooms yet.
One of the rooms is listed as the trophy room, and the other is strangely redacted.
Well, let's check out the redacted one. My interest is piqued.
Making pizza in a waffle iron, yeah. What? The fuck, Cherry? You lost your hamster, named your dog? I'm so confused. The three of us approached the unlisted room. Testing chambers, that is what it looks like it says. There's a metal nameplate on the door, but it was scratched out. Right.
Of course, the name is conveniently scratched away.
Lyle rattled the doorknob, but it was locked tight. Our entry blocked by an active keypad.
See, nothing but bad.
The keypad's light indicator was red, waiting for a 6-digit code to unlock the door. Wait, 6 digits? I stared at the keypad for a moment and thought back to the strange experience I had not too long ago. The floor plan booklet listed 5 floors our game was meant to take place in. The details of the 5th floor, our current floor, were thrown out. Yet on the booklet's back panel, there was writing pressed in. Writing of 251110.
What?
The code. I think it's 251110.
I repeat, what?
Should I try it? It's not like we have any other leads.
Are you nuts? No!
Why not?
Echo, you say you're not involved, but knowing the code to a keypad on a floor we've never been to is pushing it, don't you think? That has to be some kind of trick. You're setting us up for failure in that room.
No. I don't know how to explain how I know. It's just, I have this strange memory. When our group was splitting up, I went with Missy and Forte first, and we went into Cyrus's room. It was there that I saw writing of 6 digits.
Yeah, right. That's awfully convenient information, don't you think? We only split up once. Where did you possibly find the time and means to do such a thing?
I wish I could tell you, but I don't know. What happened earlier doesn't make a lick of sense to me either. I mean, there was a body discovery announcement, and I think it was you.
Stop!
Lyle's voice cut the air.
Echo, I just don't understand you. First you turn everyone against Art, then you do everything to deny Ashley's actions against Cyrus. And now you miraculously know the code for this door we've never seen. Just what on earth are you up to? Give me a reason to believe you're not involved. What's stopping me from believing you're all part of the act? Not from not having any remarkable talent to sabotaging the trials in every which way.
Hang on. What?
What do you have to gain from behaving like this? Is it some kind of twisted ploy to provoke the killing game further?
That's enough. You really think I wanted this? Look, I'm just as frustrated as you are. It was never my intention to turn everyone against Art. The circumstance we were in demanded a vote be cast lest everyone suffer the consequence. You really believe I'm an implicit factor in this game? Don't think for a second I wanted any of this to happen. I'm still at a complete loss of how I'm even here to begin with. What if I had the power to shift into my previous body? I probably wouldn't want it. Peanut butter. Whatever you want. Probably wouldn't want it. create unnecessary complication. You really think I wanted my best friend to go through the emotional turmoil she just went through when she found out I was in this game? You think I wanted her to die protecting me? We're all in pain. And suffering isn't a competition. I'm so sorry I don't have the answers to any of your questions, but I'm doing my best to combat these desperate feelings. After the second trial, I saw how hurt everyone looked. Not just for my sake, but because we've just found ourselves in something horrible and inescapable. I never asked for this ultimate student nonsense. And maybe it was selfish to want to protect Ashley, but what did you expect? You wanted to protect Art, didn't you? Arguing like this isn't going to solve anything. I don't even know if the code will work, much less know what's in the room to begin with. And I don't expect you to trust me with it, but it's the only thing we have at the moment. Lyle let out a defeated sigh.
I'm sorry, too. I'm just trying to find reason why the only person who gave me the time of day had to leave so quickly.
If Echo shifts to the beginning of the game and somehow saves everyone, you think this will be why? That would be nuts. Whatever happens, happens. Any mistake you make, you'll simply live with. You like that Echo brought up Lyle trying to protect Art? Yeah. You dropped this act for real, though. His voice dropped to a low whisper.
I feel like I let Art down. Messed up big time. He was misled by me, thinking Pandora was suspicious. It's my fault, huh?
Lyle was no different from me. He was trapped with the impression that his friend's downfall was a direct consequence from his actions. No, this is a fan game, Noivarlo. No, it's not as simple as that. No one is singularly at fault. I won't speak on behalf of Art, but given the threat of danger, I'm sure he just wanted to keep everyone safe. None of us could have known that he would end up in this scenario, and Art, least of all, would truly want to cause harm.
He strangled Pandora, though.
I know. There's no denying that. He did what he thought was right to try and end the game. It's hard to say what's right and wrong. We can only move forward with our best judgment, learn from what we've experienced. We have to try at least, right?
I'm tired, Echo. I can't sleep. Whether we try to be cautious or take a risk and test the rules, the situation ends up being the same. We're still trapped.
What? Cannon stared at the floor absently. Yeah, but there's nothing left to try but this. I just hope you can trust me on this.
Alright, try the code.
I nodded and approached the keypad. The keypad accepted the code, and the sound of a latch being released clicked out. It worked! Another crackling in the air interrupted me as I grasped the door handle.
Shoot, did Zero catch us in the act?
My heart was racing. Did I accidentally set something off? I paused, and the three of us stood with bated breath.
Hey, just checking in with y'all. Having fun exploring the new digs? I bet you are. I have two more fun little gifts for you folks. Forte and Say.
Guy, yeah. The same gifts as last time. No gift for Say, and the song for Forte. Zero's voice dropped out and the tune carried on. We're not going to do the same thing we did last time. I couldn't comprehend what was being said, but the atmosphere the song created was unnerving. Oh. Zero didn't even say anything about us entering this room. That aside, neither Lyle or I were recipients of Zero's gift.
That's a good thing. Come on, Echo. Let's see what's in there already.
Oh, right. Shaking the thought, I pushed the door open with a slow creak. What the fuck? Upon shutting the door, the ominous song ceased its crooning within the room. We found ourselves in a hexagonal, eerie room, with a full-length capsule-like objects creating the centerpiece. Standing workstations lined the wall corresponding to capsule objects on each wall. Miscellaneous monitors and controls filled each section. What is this place? We stepped further in, our footsteps echoing through the chamber.
If I had to guess, considering our killing game scenario, one could say there ought to be a cold room to store bodies.
You think this is where they are?
Well, it makes sense since this place was hidden beyond layers of precautionary security, but not a very conventional design if that's the case.
I inched cautiously towards one of the large capsules. There was a small display monitor at the foot of the closed capsule that read stable in bright green letters. Spotting a small viewing window at the head of the capsule, I made my way over and peeked in. That's Gaia. I staggered back at the sight. I recalled seeing this person's visage when I was with Missy and Forte.
What is it?
Lyle ran to the window, standing at the opposite side of me. His eyes widened.
Is that Pandora?
The document says otherwise. Same last name, though. Cannon was holding a medical chart that was hanging near the stable indicator. It's her. People from a previous game? My voice was verily a whisper. I stared at her, my vision twisted as I felt my heart start racing. The other announcer Forte had discovered, along with Zero's true identity. The other announcer behind this killing game was right in front of me. Lyle paused and took a closer look at the person in the capsule. He took out the secret note he had been holding onto and inspected it further. Without a word, he started unlatching the capsule. What are you doing? Are you going to take that person out of the capsule?
Isn't this it's the person behind Eve. There's a pin on her shawl that looks just like the Eve announcer symbol and the symbol on the secret note.
She could be dangerous. What if she attacks or something?
Whatever, there's 3 of us and only 1 of her. Stay alert.
The final latch clicked and cool air rushed out from the containment unit. We watched in awe as the glass automatically rose. She looked as if she were asleep. A steady, barely noticeable rise and fall of her chest indicating her shallow breath. Then, her eyelids twitched. How? Her voice was hoarse but familiar. I'm just gonna like revoice Eve over into Pandora's voice because they're sisters. Was now given a definite face. Plus that voice was hard to do. She reached out, but before she could do anything, Lyle stopped her.
Hey, what are you doing?
Blaze, can't bear being in there a second longer. She murmured wearily as she struggled with enormous effort to pull herself up. Come on, Lyle, give me a hand. A cryo sleep in a killing game. Bye, Cherry. Bye, Fluffy. Lyle grumbled in dissatisfaction, but helped anyway, guiding Eve out of her containment. She crumbled to the floor, completely fatigued. Indulgement not to yourself, returning the passage in millions. Saturn la vie s'arrête de click. Oh. The Prime Ultimate, the Captive number 2 is out. Return the person immediately. Saturn la vie s'arrête. I don't think that that's all. Sorry. I'm like translating on the fly. Good night, Big Mac Cat.
Anyone else?
Yeah, General Tune. She's. I think that's captive. If I'm remembering correctly, because this is French. Guess you fell. Guess what? What? You fell asleep listening to your stream? What? Maybe containment number 2 is open. Retourner à la personne immédiate. Sous-détente de la vie s'arrête. La collective de dons s'arrête. You got a rude awakening by 2 people wanting you to turn you over. Oh, you fell asleep. Okay. Guess who fell? Ah, guess who? Haha, gotcha. Collective. So then it's life support will stop. And then the last one is surveillance will stop. Data collection will stop. Huh. Talk to text is wonky. Yeah. Surveillance will. Yeah. So life support will stop. Data collection will stop. Surveillance will stop. So. This is the ultimate prize. Capsule number 2 is open. Return the person immediately. Life support will stop. Data collection will stop. Surveillance will stop. Is the ultimate prize being turned into part of the program? Are you okay? She could hardly shake out a response. Then I remembered. Here, if you're hungry. Reaching into my pocket, I offered her the damn Danish I had saved earlier. Oh, he's gonna give her sister's Danish. Oh my god. She generously accepted it, taking only a few bites before stopping altogether. Oh, Pandora, what have I done to you? A blank, somber stare glazed over her tearful eyes. You're Gaia Spare, right? How do you know? I don't know how to explain. I still didn't know how to reasonably describe the strange occurrence I had experienced earlier that caused me to know things I shouldn't. Crying faces, indeed. I don't know how Blaze, how old is this game?
Wait, then who is this?
It's okay. As Echo says, I'm Gaia Spare, Pandora's twin sister, who couldn't save her. Twin sister? The twins even, jeez, okay. That explained the striking similarity to Pandora. 2022. There you go.
Save her? Does that mean this note was from you in an attempt to contact her? What's your role in the involvement of this game?
Hang on, you wanted to save her. I thought since you're a part of the game that, I don't know, you were working against us. With a heavy sigh, Gaia sat herself up against the base of the containment unit. You have a lot of questions. I'll try to answer them to the best of my ability. Welcome to the testing chambers. It's a pleasure to meet y'all, Echo, Lyle, Cannon. I did read that right. We gave Gaia some time to regain her strength as she cautiously savored the pastry I had given her. She sat herself in a chair at the small workstation as we idly waited. Lyle was noticeably impatient. Cannon still and unreadable.
So, who are you in context of this game?
Unlike Zero, who controls the many aspects of the killing game, I'm just an overseer. We're able to oversee the entirety of the game from our captivity. Whoever's placed in one of these incubators has their consciousness removed from the body and incorporated into the technology of the facility. I was never originally part of this, but seeing as this containment unit has a synonymous framework into collecting data from our consciousness and biophysiology, I was able to wedge my way through the basic functions. But I'm concerned. It was Zero's request to open the foyer doors. I think he wanted you to find me in this room. I'm afraid he has something in store for me. She shuddered at the thought. If what Gaia said was true, even she wasn't safe. Wouldn't there be other warnings for everyone else? I don't know.
Is this a farce? A bunch of lies to make us believe you're not a threat?
Sorry, I cannot provide more details to convince you. You'll just have to take my word for it.
In that case, where's Zero?
His body's in one of the other units. However, he's in much worse condition. Gaia pointed at one of the other units on the opposite side of the hexagonal centerpiece. Lyle and I walked over to the unit that was lit. The screen displayed critical in red. It was as she said. The visage of Zero was in the unit, but his hair and clothing were different, just like in the student profile for Akihiko. She doesn't have the anime mom hair? Jeez, guy. It's him. Akihiko Quartz, otherwise known as the ultimate radio host. Zero, the despair program infected version of Akihiko, has control over malicious threats. I ceded control over general facilities such as the infirmary in an attempt to make contact with participants. That note, it was Pandora's room gift. I composed the note for Pandora, and whoever could recognize the other emblem. Whoever could recognize Zero's, or rather, Akihiko Quartz's emblem. But I haven't had any luck. I'm not sure Pandora figured it out either. Huh? Gaia doesn't know who the other insider is. Sei's profile was attached with this Akihiko's after all. Wait a minute. I heard Cannon's hushed muttering.
Well, what are we waiting for?
Huh?
Why don't we just release him from the unit and be done with this game?
That is not advised. It's just Akihiko's body. The one operating the game is Zero, a forked consciousness of Akihiko that's been merged with the despair program. I don't know how Akihiko's real consciousness is faring. I worry he's too far gone. Cat Invasion! We're getting another Fumi raid. Hi! 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 Hello, Red Bernie. Hello, Chardidar. I still can't say your name. I'm sorry. Hello, hello. Hi, hi. I made a Fumi command. Hi, Fumi. Three raids. Who was the first one? I guess, I mean, 0 rated on both YouTube and Twitch. So there we go. Cat Invasion. Kimichu. Terran 0. Omegs. Hi, hi, hi. Hello, everybody. Cat Invasion. Cat Invasion. I need to, like, make a song for this. What were you doing? What were you doing? How's stream? Stream is good, aside from me going on like a 20-minute tangent of trying to decipher our foreign languages off of memory. Between the French on the wall and the German and the opera music, I've been having a night. Hello! Hey everybody! Hi! You were playing Minish Cap again. You were very lost. I remember Minish Cap being like not as obvious as to where you were supposed to be going as some of the other Zelda games, so I can't really blame you, Fumi. We're pretty far into this game. So if you have any interest in playing Danganronpa LAPSE, or if you want to watch the rest of the VODs, I highly recommend going back. Instead of sticking around for this. We are into like some heavy ass spoiler territory. Like even just this, what's on the screen right now is pretty sure, is pretty, spoilery. So, Neko spending 20 minutes trying to figure out German song, Cryo Goose internal, oh yeah. You've never played this? Oh, I like it. That was for, you had to react what was being said, and you're really interested in seeing what happened. Yeah, indeed. Plus, I was like, there's French on the back wall over here, and I was just like, I'm going to translate this because I know enough French to probably translate. I mean, I Googled a little bit of it, but you'll be back? Okay, Mari. But how is everybody tonight? I hope you're all doing well. I'm going to keep going because I've already tangented for probably 40 minutes of tonight's stream. And I want to get a little further at the very least tonight. You go eepy now. Have a great stream and you'll see me next time. Oh yeah, Fumi. Have a wonderful stream. Thank you, Kimmy too. Have a good night. I guess now is the time to be like, oh, if you haven't liked the stream yet, or if you haven't subscribed yet, meow, I meow at thee. I bite my thumb. No, I'm kidding. Consider it. Consider subscribing. Considering following Twitch. Consider, you know, liking the stream. Becoming a member. It's only $2. There you go. Yeah, it's been bugging me. In fact, we got a new subscriber tonight and lost a new subscriber at like the same time, I guess. I don't even know. Oh no, we're at 912. We're at 912. We're not at 911, but it was bugging me for like the longest time. It'll probably drop back down. It's already driving me nuts. You subbed and like the stream. Thank you. Q Monty Python's get. God damn it, cry. You should subscribe one of these days. Oh my god, guy, if you're not already subscribed. After I did to the moon for you. Oh my goodness. Kimmy too, thanks for the membership gifties. You got a Mags and a soda and Bacon Inferno and Black Flare and Pokemon 23. Let's get some 07s in the chat, some hype. Yay, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Y'all are paying for my kids' Christmas. Thank you so much. It's super appreciated. Lots of love. Nice, yeah, nice snipes indeed. Yay, yay. Good night. Have a good one. Okay, we're moving. I don't know how Akihiko's real consciousness is firing. Worry he's too far gone. If we release him, possible Zero could malfunction. It could also kill the host's consciousness.
So what? It's a small price to pay for all the hell he's put us through.
You were only kidding. Subscribe the first stream you should have. Well, thank you. Ayo, a gift! Indeed. Hi. Hello, Black Flare. How are ya? I think thanks to Kimmy. No, please, it's not him. It's the fault of the Despair Program. The Preservation Project, the ultimate prize. Gaia's eyes were dark. All of this, a charade conducted with appalling precision, for the purpose of the ultimate prize, a complete and utter hoax. It's a hoax. I recalled what I had heard earlier before I found myself back at the group split decision.
The ultimate prize is freedom, right? The ultimate prize? You don't want it.
What is the ultimate prize? Person you mod for says congrats on 900 subscribers. Thank you. It was a good game. It was a very good game. Not a second after my hushed question did a booming clunk sound through the halls. The lights went out.
No! Darkness! Lyle's gift, direct from his fears to you. Only murder will lift the darkness.
The ominously short announcement cut out, and we were left to wallow in the void. The room was blanketed in black velvet. I couldn't even see my own hand in front of my face. What? How is anyone meant to see anything in darkness, let alone do something as calculated as murder? Calm yourselves. Wouldn't cut all the power if his former body is still in the containment unit. Are you sure? Wait, that aside, Lyle, Cannon, are you okay? There was no response from either of them. However, I heard sharp, haggard breaths beside me. For fuck's sake, use the flash on the camera cannon. Oh, so real, Cryo. Good story that stays with you long after the credits. Indeed, guy. It sounded like he was having a fit. His voice was tight. Lyle, are you okay? It's dark. I can't. Hang in there. A flash briefly bled through the darkness. My eyes adjusted to the brightness and I could see the silhouette of Gaia standing some feet away from me, holding the light. This should help. Flashlight from the emergency kit below my capsule. Yes, thank you. I took the flashlight and directed the beam toward the wall, allowing the light to bounce and disperse itself for a little more illumination. Come on, deep breaths. His breaths were broken, but he was making an effort to control his breathing. I tried to comfort him, rubbing his trembling back as he tried to steady himself. As Gaia and I gave Lyles time to recoup, I noticed something strange. Wait, where's Cannon? Cannon! I called out to her, but got no response. Did she get lost?
Damn it, she has to be up to no good.
As much as I couldn't help but jump to the same conclusion, I felt there had to be another reason for her disappearance. Don't say that. As much as we all hated to see the truth in the first trial, Cannon still helped us. And she even gave me a group photo she took after Ash's trial. She probably went to look for the other three.
How could she possibly see in the pitch darkness? Why didn't she just sit still and do nothing like she always does?
I can't say. I just hope she doesn't do anything outrageous.
Sure, but there's no telling what could happen to her, though.
Ugh.
A body's been discovered on the trial grounds.
Just as Zero said, the lights return after the announcement of a body discovery.
You'll be granted a period of investigation, and then we'll begin our class trial.
No way. I didn't want to believe it, but the game carried on to take another victim. I gulped. Say, Missy, or Forte? Gaia, do you know who was killed? Gaia shifted nervously. Cannot say anymore. After being removed from the containment unit, I can only do as much as you participants can. That is, until I can gain control from the systems here. Gaia quickly made herself busy at the workstation, familiarizing herself with the programs once more.
This can't be happening.
So we have to go up there. I don't know what we'll find, but...
Another death? What else could occur in this damn place?
I didn't care for the indignation of his tone, but Lyle was right. At this point, it would be foolish to expect anything less than death. However, I just wanted to know that whoever remained was still safe. Let's go. We should try to rendezvous with whoever's left.
What about her? Can we trust that she doesn't try anything funny?
Gaia was deep in thought, her attention fixed to the workstation near Zero's. Go ahead. I've been investigating this group for some time. Still much to learn from here. I'll do what I can to shore up information. Don't worry about me. I'll be on my own. I know better than to let my guard down. Gaia was focused on the workstation, data filling the monitors with lines and lines of who knows what. We don't know, Alex. It didn't seem like she would be moving soon, so Lyle and I left her to work. Okay, be careful. Thank you. Lyle and I darted out of the testing chambers, making haste for the elevator.
Come on!
What is it?
The elevator isn't working.
I can't wait around for the elevator. Let's just head up the stairs. Hurry!
She better not be conniving with Zero after all.
Lyle growled to himself, but I didn't reply. It was impossible for me to say whether or not Gaia was truly on our side or not, but after freeing her from captivity, I had a feeling she wasn't hostile. I sighed. Regardless, there were more immediately pressing matters to attend to. Making an about-face, we rushed through the hall and back up the stairs. Running to the foyer, we met with a troubling sight. Missy? But this is the foyer, it's not the trial grounds. As we closed in on her, the first thing I noticed was the large slash that was cut into her chest. Her drooping body was held upright against the elevator door jamb between the elevator cab and the foyer, preventing the doors from shutting.
Shit!
We rushed to her side, all while maintaining a cautious distance from her unmoving body. I reached for her glasses and noticed her bracelet. Lyle, before we jumped to any conclusions. I was concerned, of course, but I drew Lyle's attention to her wrist. She's alive. She's alive. The small bracelet was still rose gold. Oh. She's not the victim, but what happened to her? And why did the body discovery announcement go off?
She's alive, right? Get her up and let's find out.
Lyle kneeled down, trying to wake her from whatever daze she was in as I returned her glasses. Her eyes fluttered and she groaned, reached towards the deep cut in her chest. Missy. Oh. Echo and Lyle. Come with me. Her eyes snapped open and she leapt into the elevator, clicking the button for the trial grounds. We gave chase and rumbled to the requested floor. Upon arrival, we were met with another gruesome encounter. Okay, at this point it is either canon, forte, or say. Now, in both other timelines, we were given the possibility that canon or say is murdering. And, it is... It's forte. Forte's body was covered in blood, and Say, stained with the liquid as well, was sitting on the floor in an emotionless daze, staring at him. Okay, it's already 1 in the morning. I'm cutting it here. Insert Ave. Yeah, no. As soon as he sang Ave Maria, he was so dead. I was right in the end. Unfortunately, game's a little on the predictable side, unfortunately. I'm sorry. I'm tired. Who's done it? We're gonna find out next time. We'll find out next Tuesday. And if I'm right that this is like the end of the game, we'll probably finish next Tuesday. Thanks for the stream. Yeah. We'll find out. We'll find out later. We're not doing it tonight. I'm tired. I haven't been sleeping. Maybe I can get some sleep tonight. Maybe. Fish. Yes, it's the final curtain call for Forte and Say. Maybe. It might not have been Say. Who knows? I'm not so convinced. That seems like it's too too easy.
Purple.
There we go. Where are we going? Was a fun stream indeed. What are you doing? Oh, I'm not doing that.
Thank you for the catnip.
Your favorite opera boy, Joey, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I saw it coming from so far away. I'm sorry. Life is simply unfair, don't you think? And it's all because of a snail. I'm looking for a raid for us to go on. It seemed like Forte was trying to kill Say. You're 99%. Oh. Well, there you go. That tells you all you need to know, right? I'm having a little bit of trouble here finding somebody to raid. Like, I'm probably just gonna wind up raiding a friend, I guess. It's not necessarily what I would want to watch, but it's a friend of the channel, and I think that this is a great place for us to go. So we've got a place to go, YouTube side. Oh, no, never mind, I can't go there. One more raid? Yeah. I guess we'll go here instead. That's fine. Now you're thinking about the deaths in the series? You can't wait for this trial? Oh no, Blaze. Oh no. Bum ba-dum 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 ba-dum. let's go visit somebody we've raided before that's throwing a birthday party on Twitch. I don't think it's their birthday, but it looks like it's their friend's party, the birthday that they're playing games with. We'll go there on Twitch, and we will go, maybe you can live in denial and say that's Echo's vision and another branch in the time. Ah. Okay. I enjoyed tonight. I hope all of you did too. As always, we love our Danganronpa. Let me save. Let me not be the silly goose that doesn't save. Click save. I'll probably go back through on my own time and get us to like right in the trial, because it's like the chapter 2 trial. I'll probably get us so that we can grab that other bad end just to see it. This was a crazy Danganronpa night. It was. I went longer than I honestly wanted to, but this is good. This is good. This has been great. I thank everybody for being here. And until next time, bye!